Papa.
Sit back, relax. You are about to watch a Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg.
Hello. How are we doing? I think I have my volume up, on, and ready to rock and roll. Welcome. It's Friday. I see green and yellow bars, so I hope that means we're coming out live from Miami, Florida, all over the state of Florida, all over the United States, and all over the globe. Welcome. I haven't seen you since last week, and my goodness, how do we have so many comments in here already? You guys really, I knew as soon as I signed on, I knew Ray was gonna gun it. So I go, Ray, where are you? And then I laughed. And then Ray, of course, I don't know. He sits there and he waits. God, if I'm not on Friday night at 10 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock for Ray, you'll survive, right? You'll make it. It'll be okay. I love you, Ray. Each and every one of you. Randy, what did you do, Randy? Peter, I did it. I did it through your link. Oh, I think you're talking about Ecamm. Yeah, there's a link to Ecamm. Anybody that's going to, this is sign language. This is Greek sign language. So anybody that's going to do purchase of Ecamm, it actually helps me. And so, yes, I say thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sly, did you make it home? I know she was working a little on the late side tonight, so Randy bought something and he did it through my link. Yes, that is a thumbs up. ZV1 You know where you came from? Do you know who your daddy is? It's that guy right there on the screen right now. That's your daddy. So you better be nice to him. And here's Norm, one of the fathers of the year. Merry Christmas, Peter, and good evening, Greggies around the world. An early drive put my tush on the couch in time to watch the full session. And I wanted to sing to your kids. How have you managed through the storm? Well, Florida is like, if the United States is a male because of Florida, okay? Just kind of look at the map. It's a male. The United States is a male. All right, so Florida starts here, and then there's some islands down here, and in these islands is Key Largo, Marathon Key, and other keys that you've heard about. All the way at the bottom is beautiful Key West. It's beautiful down there. And as you travel up, you actually hit the mainland. So it's kind of, which camera am I on? Over there. All right, it's kind of like this. So if you go up this side, you've got Miami, you got Fort Lauderdale, you've got West Palm Beach, you've got more expensive houses above that. You'll go all the way up to Daytona Beach, Jacksonville. If you go up this side and not this side, you've got Naples and you've got St. Petersburg and Tampa. So the storm, it could have veered either way, which means it would have gone up this side or this side. So it went up this side, and these guys got the brunt of it, but we got actually the bands that were sucked up into the storm, because the storm is like a big fat vacuum cleaner, and it sucks all the systems, the smaller, weaker systems, into it. And those are called bands. So if you watch the radar, you'll see like a band of rain will come right over the house. And just sure enough, as it shows up, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. Just like it shows up on the radar, if I go outside, behold, it raineth on my headeth. And that's the way it is. So we got a lot of rain, and actually we still have, I'm assuming it's leftovers. But of course, the bigger problems, Norm, is what was going on in the condo on Miami Beach that collapsed. That is like, that's a world-class catastrophe. I mean, you're in a building, a newer building, it's a prettier building. You know, the balconies have these rails. They're not just straight. They kind of bellow out, and it's pretty Miami Beach style. You know how they have the architecture over there? And it's just amazing. I saw a video, and it turned my stomach because it said 24 minutes before the building was going to come down, this is what was going on. And then it said something like 11 minutes before the building was going to come down, this was going on. And then it said 24 seconds. Can you imagine? I mean, it's too big for my mind to fathom. 24 seconds before the building is going to come down. So at that moment, the kids, the parents, the animal, they're asleep. And in 24 seconds, they would be dead. I mean, how do you process that in your head, in your mind? And he was showing, you know, why he felt, he's an engineer, why he felt the building was going down, why it went down. And it kind of made sense. I don't understand it fully, but it upsets me a lot. So I'm not going to embed myself, you know, because it doesn't do anything to help me. I can't do anything. I did pray, and I'd still pray. I prayed to the Father that God blesses those, whatever He's going to do. I set myself in agreement with Him. Those people are in pain. The ones that have family that's still here. The others, supposedly, within 10 to 12 seconds, the building was down. So just imagine 12 seconds from now, you're not alive. Okay? Do you know how to process that? The only way to process that is like a doctor. You step away and I can't get involved. I can't mentally get involved. Okay? So anyway, so that's a bigger deal, Norm, than the hurricane. But yeah, I got plenty of water. I emptied the pool a little bit in preparation, about a foot and a half. and it filled it up. It's all the way to the top. We call it the coping, which is like the main things around the top of the pool. It's called the coping. So it filled it up almost overflowing, and we didn't even get, I didn't feel any winds or anything. I don't think I would take a walk with an umbrella, honestly. Yeah, hi, sweetheart, let's take a walk. We'll take the umbrella with us, okay? And we're walking. Hey, darling, what are you doing up there? Come down here. I can't reach. I can't get you. What are you doing up there? So don't walk in a hurricane with an umbrella. Tom, Mr. Beautiful Tom Buck. What an amazing personality. Beautiful, compassionate person. I love you, Tom. I love everybody. I love you, Norm. I look forward to seeing you guys every week. It makes my week. I know I'm not the biggest YouTuber on the block. I'm probably one of the smallest, but you guys sure do mean a lot to me, okay? It's fun to come in here, see you, visit with you, talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm not good like Tom. Tom has a prepared itinerary that he's going to go through when he does his shows. And I try to set it up. I put alarms and everything so I could be there, and I wind up watching it in the after the show. So Tom, I'm there with you in spirit. Now I did that with this is a joke, okay? I did that with my minister once, and he said, "Where were you?" I said, "Well, I had to play golf." No, I don't play golf, okay? And I said, "But I was there in spirit." And so the minister turned around and said, "Well, your spirit donated $10,000. I said, "Oh, what did my spirit do?" So I'm there in spirit, Tom, and don't say a word. I'm going to nail my own self. So hi, Tom. Hi, Heather. How are you guys doing? Thank you for being here. Norm says, hello, Randy. Hi, Tom. Tom says, hey, Norm. Randy says, hi, Norm. Raymond and Tom. And Tom says, hi, Randy and Ray. Lewis, Canada, we back, baby. Baby is back. What is that? Who is that song? Backstreet's Back. That was not bad. So hi, Lewis. I hope you had a good week. I hope everything is going well for you. I'm sure you're still lamenting as to what camera you need to buy, but you keep at it. And one day, it'll dawn on you exactly which one. Ray says, Randall, Norman, Tom, and Lewis. He's saying hello. Boy, we got a John Boy thing going on in here. Lewis says, so happy to see you. Peter, happy Friday, everybody. Much love from Vancouver, Canada. How are you all doing? I think that in the last 7 or maybe 10 days, you guys had a record high in heat. I don't know the town. It's not a town I recognize, but it's probably close to one of the bigger towns. 121 degrees Fahrenheit. How the heck can you breathe? How do the machines function? The poor dogs, the people that are on the street, homeless and stuff. 121 degrees? And then I also hear in the winters, you know, it's like 14 degrees below zero. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord, that I'm in Miami. Oh, my goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. That's the Shirley Temple thing. So, calm down, Peter. This is just the beginning of the show. If you do that for the rest of your show, you'll have to pick me up off the floor. So let's just calm down. Merry, Merry Christmas to you. Oh, I have some information for you. I don't know why I feel thirsty. I don't know why I feel so thirsty, but I feel thirsty. What can I say? I don't know why I feel so thirsty. I drink the water and it goes away. So where did we leave off? We left off with Lewis, and then Norm is saying hello to Lewis. Lewis, how is the weather in your area? So see, Randy's been watching the weather. It was on the news that Canada, one of the cities in Canada, had the highest record temperatures for heat. That it set the temperatures. And here's Miss Sly Reader, happy Friday, Peter and everyone. I'm glad to see everybody. Are you back from work? You're not talking and driving. Sly, how you doing tonight? I'm so happy to see you, happy that you're here, happy to see you, I'm happy with cheer. Oh, Sly Reader, you're the one that makes the room so bright. Hi there, Sly, what you doing tonight? I can't go much higher, what can I say? I gotta pull my underwear up to go away. Oh, how you doing, Sly? I'm happy you're here. How you doing, Sly? You should have no fear. So Sly got a promotion. I'm not quite sure what it's about, but today was the last day at the location that she was at, and something is going to get changed. I don't remember what is going on. Plus, I don't know what I can say and what I can't say. So I just want to cheer her on for her promotion. And I think she's going to a store that's closer because now she's driving. She's got like a 2-hour drive. Depends on how fast she goes. She does it like in an hour and 20, 30 minutes, okay? And I think she got a something where it's she's going to another store. So I'll let her tell you the story. She might even make a video. But have you been watching her videos? She's not the only one, but have you been watching her videos and the rest of the family? The Peter-tarians are conquering the world. Everybody that I've talked to so far is either gonna do something on YouTube or is already doing something on YouTube. Do you realize what a mouthful that is? What's the chances of getting that many people in one spot? All right, so we're not in the millions, we're not in the hundreds of thousands, but we basically are conquering the world. That's it. Conquering the world. Bum, ba, ba, bum. Okay. So Sly says happy Friday to Peter, to everyone, glad to see everyone. And Raymond is saying Sly writer, I mean Sly reader, I mean Sly videographer. That's right. You're just a master of all trades. Jack's got nothing to do with it. So Sly is laughing at Raymond. That was a good one, Ray. I gotta hand it to you. You're getting quite good in your writing. So Norm says, hi, Raymond. Nice Sly hat. Oh, yeah, I didn't comment. We got a little different avatar, if I am not mistaken. Well, I'm not a girl, so I'm a guy, so I'm Mr. Staken. Okay, not Miss Staken. That would be the unmarried version of Mrs. Staken. So you have Mr. and Mrs. Staken, and then you have their daughter who's not married, and they keep pushing her to get married, and she's mistaken. Okay, how's that for an English class? So Sly is telling everybody, and look at that nice hat that she's got on. Look at that nice smile. Look at that nice light. You'd think she was a professional something. Look at. Should I sing her another song? No? Okay. All right, so Norm says, Peter, we are all wrenches except Lewis. Can we give him a promotion? Yeah, I just don't know how to do it while I'm live. So I kind of got to do it like after we sign off or something. I got to not sign off because I can't do it from inside of Ecamm. I actually have to go. Let's see if I can do it. If you guys, so we don't have a lot of people in here, so let's see if I can do that. So you'll just have to bear with me. Singing along, something a song, side by side. If you're all wrenches, you know what that means. That means you're all mods. So let's see. Add moderator. Okay, so I think Lewis has just been added as a moderator. I don't know if it's going to show up instantly. And who else do we need? We're going to have everybody in this room is going to be a moderator. God forbid anybody comes in here. You're going to suffocate them. You're going to all pounce on them at once. Okay, I don't see Bob Asbury as being a moderator, so let's add him as a moderator. Okay, so just while I'm doing this, let me make sure I make a comment. Even if a person is acting up and you're a moderator, don't jump on it. I've got the word filters in there. Randy, did I send you the list that I was supposed to? Okay, so I just added them as moderators, and they will show up in due time. I just hope it's in my time. Okay, so don't overreact if you're a moderator. Okay, I'm just asking that because you're all moderators in here. Okay, Randy and Sly and and Tom that are more professional at moderating, they can handle pretty much everything. But now I've got more power than you have as a moderator. I can only figure out what camera I'm on here. Okay, so let's close Chrome down so we don't build up. Okay, so I'm back to where I can see me. Oh my, that be me on the screen. Okay, so I started to say, even if a guy's acting up, I will, as you saw not last weekend, but the weekend before, I will engage them. I will give them an opportunity. Even if they're brazenly nasty. They can't use the F word. They can't use the S word. You know, all of that is actually in the word list. So how that word list works, if anybody wants to know, when it's not live, okay, so after the fact, if somebody makes a comment and says, Peter, F you, okay, and they use the F-bomb, the F word, all right? So that will, there's two levels. One I have absolutely no control over, and that's YouTube. So YouTube might not ever let me see that, I'm not sure. I don't get cussed at that often, okay? But let's say it's a word here's one that's controversial. I have the word children, child, little boys, little girls, okay? That's in my bad word list. So this list is actually aimed for the big channel, not for us and not for this channel, okay? So if anybody writes something like, I took pictures of my little boy and it turned out where the exposure was wrong, what can you do to help? Okay, so that comment actually goes into a holding tank and I have to approve it, all right? Children are a sore topic, all right? I don't want any children defamed or anything negative about kids on my channel. So that allows me to clear that comment because it's a comment. Now, in a chat, I don't have that option. Anybody that says children or little child or whatever the words that are there, I can't even keep track of them. There's over 2,000. While I'm live, YouTube just disposes of them, okay? So it doesn't go into a holding tank where I can release that chat comment. So there's a difference between a comment and a chat comment, okay? So a comment is what goes under a video. So if you see something really cool and you go like, that's the best video I've ever seen, if anything is in that sentence that's on one of my lists, I only have one list, okay, it'll go into hold for review. And then I usually check that once a day, once every 2 days. And if it seems perfectly harmless, I just let it go into the regular comments. But it doesn't work like that in the live area. So now I'm live. So if you use the word children there, it's not, if that word's in my list here, I don't know if it is or not, all right? It just doesn't let that that chat comment come through. It just, it goes into oblivion, all right? So I guess YouTube is figuring he's live. There isn't time for moderation. A lot of people don't actually have moderators. All of us are moderators, so we're the reverse, okay? But so that comment will just go by the wayside. So this bit me in the butt about 2 weeks ago when I finished this show and I went live with the kitchen, because I had wired up the kitchen so that I can do the stuff live in there, so on and so forth. And a guy was on there and his wife, and they were both, I guess they're in bed side by side. They got their iPads, they're watching me live, and each one's got their comments. Well, none of her comments came through, okay, because I have the word loony. Okay, so loony is a word, even though, you know, you got Looney Tunes and stuff like that, but for the regular comments, I want that to get, I want to approve what they're saying. But her name was Loony Bird or Loony Lady or something like that. So anything that she typed, well, it's not funny, was not going to show up because that was in the filtered words. So now I could take that word out, all right, or I could leave it in. That was my choice. So I explained to the husband, who wrote me a nice strong letter, that if you don't care for us and we don't count for you, well, we're just not going to be subscribed to you. Okay, so this will get people angry. It'll get me angry too if that happened to me. All right, so since this is going across all my channels, I chose not to take the word loony off my list. It was a hard decision. Okay, so that means the husband can actually make the comments, but the wife can't. Now, am I being too strong? I don't know, okay? But I know that I deal with people with children that have autism and stuff like that, and they watch, and they get their children to watch with them. And so if they're going to make a comment with the word loony in it, a comment, okay? If they're going to make a comment with the word loony in it, I need to clear it. It might be completely harmless, and I will eventually let that comment go through in the comments. Now, in the live, it's instant, because there's no, there's no time. So it really got them ticked off, and it got him ticked off where he wrote me a nice long email, okay? So I'm figured this guy is really stewing. He's really pissed off. And it's his wife. So what woman is a man going to defend first? Okay, his wife and his children, okay? So I explained to him what happened, and we did a workaround of some type, all right? But at the beginning, they were quite angry. So why am I explaining all this? Some of you guys are elevating little by little to getting YouTube channels, and you've learned that there's a bad word list. You can have mine. You can create your own. You can get one from Google. You can actually Google it. Bad word list for YouTube. So there's a lot of people that have got a lot of bad words. So I made a new friend this week that's got 8 million with an M, ILLION subscribers. And they don't even stream in English. They stream for Brazil. Okay, so if you're watching, thank you. I made a new friend, like I said. Okay, so his bad word list is not in English. So if you had people from another country, they could cuss and we don't know it. So if I see like a language or something in there, so if it's Spanish, I know I've got Luis, Mr. Camera Junkie, and he would tell me, Peter, you need to take that down, okay? Because I don't read Spanish, I don't read Portuguese, I don't read French, I don't read Italian, I don't even barely read Greek. Okay, so all my bad word list is in English because I dabble in English and sometimes I actually speak it well. So that's what I got going, and let's get back to our show. By the way, let me take a second to, since I brought that up, to say hello to Max. Hi, Max. Max, you're awesome. I love you. Max has issues that he's got to deal with, so I speak with his dad. Well, not speak, we comment and stuff like that, interact through the internet. But Max, I saw went, not surfboarding, but it's the kind, not the big surfboards, whatever the wave boarding, it's something like that. And I got to watch that because they actually videoed it and put it on their channel. And the dad's name is Chad. And it's amazing. That family is amazing. So Max, first of all, is an absolutely beautiful personality. And I'm not talking like I'm building somebody up that's got things to deal with. I mean, the kid is a beautiful personality. And he's got no choice but to wear his personality on his sleeve. He can't hide it, okay? It's like whatever's inside is gonna come out, all right? So it's a beautiful thing to see. So his dad took him, his family took him to go like surfboarding. When you pull on the back of a boat, you know, and you've got that little short board that's like this. So when you have like autism or something to that effect, like there's a lot of stuff going on in this room right now. There's noise coming from these three bubble tubes, okay? And there's noise coming from that little tree which you can't see going round and round. That's got a little motor in it, all right? So the air conditioner is running. I've got a little fan over there that I really can't hear, all right? All of that is going on. Now Max has no choice. He's got to pay attention to all of it. All of this input happens all the time. When the show is over, we're done. You go and you go home. Max can't go home, okay? He's on full listening to everything all the time. So it can become overloaded. So I found it interesting as the boat went, because Max's brain works so much faster than yours and mine. That's why a lot of these kids are absolutely brilliant. Okay, they process everything, bam, done. We're just starting to think like, where is that noise coming from? There's something over here, okay? All right, Max is done. He's already analyzed it, okay? And he's paying attention to whatever else is going on. So Max gets up on the board, and you can actually see it in the video, all right? He's up on the board, so he's happy for a few seconds, and that's how we would normally process something like that. But I saw Max, all of a sudden, he's looking around. He's inputting what's happening on his left. He's inputting what is happening on the right. He's inputting the rope. He's inputting the motor from the boat. He's inputting the wave that the boat's making. He's inputting the wave that he's making from that board, all at the same time. So his dad, God bless him, he's understands that that's what's happening. So he's like right at the edge of the boat, okay? And he hasn't let Max go way out. I mean, Max was within about 15, 20 feet of the boat. So he's constantly talking to Max, trying to get him to pay attention to him. Otherwise, Max is going to be over-processing, and we're not in a dangerous situation, but the boy is up. First time. I wouldn't even get on that board, okay? This boy is up, first time, able to balance. He's jumping waves. That's how brilliant the mind works. Yes, his mind is like supercharged brilliant. And the dad is also, because he understands, he's got to distract Max and make sure that Max is actually paying attention to him. And every once in a while, you see Max's head go over to the left and his dad's over there. So the dad will get, his name is Chad, will get louder or something to that, pulling Max back in. And then Max was up maybe 2 minutes, quite a long time. I mean, first time. If you weren't a dad that was proud of your son at that moment, you're a dad that doesn't have feelings. I mean, this boy has never been on it, and he's doing it, and he's doing it brilliant. Max, if you're watching, you did freaking awesome. I was like, I can't believe he's doing that. Oh my God, okay? And then, of course, Max fell at some point. The boat stopped instantly, but faster than my mind could register, the dad had dived into the water and was already halfway to Max. And he explained it later that he just wanted to congratulate him and stuff. I figured he was worried Max was going to freak out because he fell, because that's what I thought. Okay, but then I don't have a kid like that, so Chad knows what he's thinking. So I guess Max needed to be congratulated and be told how proud he is. And when his dad goes like, Max, I want you to know I was really proud of you. Max will snap his head, and you'd see the smile is so big, it lights up the room. Okay? So this is why God gives us children and gives us parents. And if they're good parents, they're very much in tune what each of those children need, what they don't need, and what they want, and how we can prod them to be a better person. So I just wanted to say, because I don't know if Max is watching or his dad is watching. I don't even know if they know this channel exists. But if they are, Max, I salute you. You're awesome. I love you, Max. I know I never met you, okay? But I get to watch you on my little iPad that I have in my bedroom. And when you're on my screen, I feel a good thing in my heart, even in my stomach. When I see you, I feel like I need a bowl of ice cream. I'm happy. And ice cream goes with happiness. So hi, Max. All right, so let's get back. Let's get back over here. That was an interesting rabbit run. So where did we go? We were going with Sly's in the room. Happy Friday, Peter and everyone. Glad to see everybody. Oh yes, I remember this now. Okay. So the real Raymond says Sly writers, Sly readers, Sly videographer, and Sly photographer. Sly photographer. Okay, that means something. So Sly is laughing. And Norm is saying, hi, Raymond. Nice hat, Sly. I don't know. Is this deja vu? I seem to remember these. Hi, Norm. And thanks. Oh, this is what got me to move. All right, Peter, we are all wrenches except Lewis. Can we give him a promotion? No. Lewis cannot be a wrench. I already did it. It might not engage, but it, while I'm alive in the show. But Lewis is a wrench, and Bob Asbury is now a wrench. I'm saying wrench with an R, not wench, okay? Yes, we had 121 degrees. Sadly, my dance classmate, her mom passed away from the heat. Rest in peace for her, and her condolences for her and her family. And I agree. Heat is a very strong thing. Being in Miami, I don't know when you guys get overboard with the cold or where the line is, but heat can be just as dangerous. Okay, what really freaks me out is when I watch these videos of people driving and I don't know what it is like to drive on ice, but the cars just suddenly do their own merry thing, and I'm going like, no. I'm moving to Miami. That car decided just to go its own way. What the hell? How does a car just decide to go, okay, we're just going to go sideways, then we're going to turn back, and then we're going to slide into the next lane. And even though you're going slow, you bump into the next car, and the next car just all in slow motion. And you guys call that normal? What's wrong with you? You need a pill, okay? And the pill is called MIAMI. Move to Miami. How can you drive when you don't know when your car is just going to take off and do its own thing? Are you kidding? If all driving was where cars can take off and do their own thing? No. No. I can't accept that. It's like I'm weirded out when I see that, and I go, thank you, Lord, that I'm not up there. Found a rubber band. So I know it's called black ice or something like that. So it was enough for me to look into it a little bit to see what is up with that, okay? But that's kind of like a little bit over the top for me. So here's Louis. I was talking about you just a few minutes ago. Hi, everybody. Hi, Louis. How are you? How's Aiden? I love you. Thank you for being in here. Raymond is going, Louis! Louis! Look, two content creators talking to each other. And then the next one in line is another content creator. As for the camera, the A7 III looks like it can't be beat right now. But Peter said the FX3 is for me. So I'll definitely get that with the 16 to 35 millimeter lens. I honestly can't believe you're going to listen to me. Or you just enjoy the journey, as they say. But if it's an easier, the FX3 and the A7S3 are the same camera. Here's your choice. One has a fan in it and one does not. So if you feel that the fan is of utmost importance, that's the #1 difference. Then if you bring it down a few items, The A7s3 has a viewfinder. You know how you look through the viewfinder? Okay. And the FX3 does not have a viewfinder. It's more video oriented. So, fan or no fan? Don't even think about the viewfinder yet. Fan or no fan? That is the top choice. And that makes a $300 difference. So it's $300 to put air conditioning into your camera. And that is going to be a very important thing. So you're still on the right choice, okay, but it will cost you $3,800 instead of $3,500. So Lewis says, hi Peter and all the Petertarians. Hi Lewis, how you doing? And when you get a hello from Sly, you've done it. You've gotten there. I need to take this comment off. Okay, then Sly can say, okay Sly, you can talk now. What was it you wanted to say? Oh, you wanted to say hi to Lewis? Well, it's right there. Miracles. Hi Lewis. Oh, Sly got hurt at work. So you guys that are praying people, praying guys, praying gals, you pray for that woman, okay? She's in a lot of pain, just like Randy got hurt at work. Same thing on his back, okay? This customer, she was telling me, I was talking to her on the phone, was being rather aggressive. So rather than become a New Yorker, okay, which Sly should have just become a New Yorker or a Canadian, you know, it's get off of my car, eh? Or, hey, get off of my car. So it depends on New York, Toronto, okay? Hey, get off of my car, or get off of my car, eh? So this lady was being very aggressive and made Sly pick up something heavy made out of concrete. I don't remember what it was. It's her story to tell, okay? And she didn't even realize she hurt her back until a little later, and it kind of slowly grew and grew and grew until the pain was so high that she had to go home. So you guys that are praying people, there, right there, that's where you're going to shoot a prayer for Sly right now. Okay, we want her to have a good weekend, the pain to go away. She's like, she's an old lady. She doesn't like when I do that. She's an old grandma, and so we want her to have a non-pain weekend. P-A-I-N, not paying, pain. No pain for the weekend. So Lewis is saying hi to Raymond, and Lewis says, since 1937, we've never had that heat before. Yeah, tell me about it. It made the news, dude. So Lewis is saying hi to Sly, and nice avatar, Sly. I agree with you, Lewis. And Luis is saying hello to Lewis. Okay, so good. I got all the pronunciations. And Randy is saying hi to Lewis, and I guess both Lewises, Mr. Camera Junkie and Lewis. So it's Luis, because that's kind of like the Spanish way, Luis, and Lewis. So Ray says, Peter, what? Peter, what? It might be Christmas all year round in that room, but here on the West Coast, it definitely doesn't feel like Christmas. Heck, some of these towns are on the verge of running out of water. I know. I've been watching. California's got a little bit of problems going on there too. Yeah. You want me to send some of the engineers out there, Ray? We got all the water things figured out over here. We got so much of it, it makes problems with buildings. So Randy is saying hi to Sly. Hi, Sly. And Sly is saying hi to Randy. And boom, boom. All right. I need someone to tell me. Let's go back up. I need someone to tell me if we're back. You ever see in the movies where you get like a sizzle and then the screen goes black? Well, I just got a sizzle and the screen just went black. And the Mac Mini, the light was still on. Okay, and let's see, where did I leave off? So I need to go down to the bottom and see what you guys are saying. So somebody leave me a notice if I'm on. Okay. Okay, so Secret Stuff says I'm back. All right, so what just happened? I'm talking, probably too much, and I actually heard bzzz, like, you know, in the cartoons where somebody's gonna actually get electrocuted, and then the screen went totally black. So I don't know if the monitor blew out, okay, but I'm back and I can see myself, and I don't know if the Mac Mini crashed. That would be the first experience of a Mac Mini crash. So it looks like you're saying that we're back. So Lewis said it buffered for a bit, but we are back. Okay, Randy's giving me a thumbs up, and Secret Stuff says you're back. All right, that was the first time I've ever experienced that. First time ever. I have never experienced that before. And you know what was the scariest part? Was the sizzle sound. Like, what the hell was that about? So the last star that I have was Mr. Camera Junkie saying hello to Sly. Okay. So now my mind is running. It's up here. Sorry. This is my mouth. This is my mind. These are my eyes. This is my nose. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure this computer is working properly before I figure out if that computer is not working properly. Okay, so I did get the 3-year Apple Care. Dum-ba-dum-bum. So if it does that over and over and over, I'm calling them. I want them to change the computer. I can't be live and have a sizzle, which scares me. I was looking for smoke. That's the kind of sizzle I got. This is not the sizzler. This is not a steakhouse. I don't cook steak. Let me go feel the temperature. Let me feel the top of this. Not even a hint of warmth. Not even a hint of of any kind of a warmth. Wow. It's actually cold, cool. So I don't know what to say. It's something to make the evening feel interesting. Trying to scare the sh out of Peter. There's an I in there, but I didn't pronounce it. So I'm trying to find. Sly says hi to Randy. Hi, Randy. And Lewis is saying hi to Randy. Boz Bassbury is in the room. Oh, you became a mod tonight. If you weren't paying attention, they said that you and Lewis were the only ones without wrenches. Well, you got a wrench now, okay? I don't want anybody to be mod happy, okay? Because we will operate in the spirit of the Christmas room. Kindness, even if you're not. I'm not talking to Bob, so this is not aimed at Bob. This is for everybody. If you're not going to be kind, don't moderate, okay? I will deal with a person. If they're off the wall, give me a few minutes, and if I see that it's not going to work out, I have a new button from Ecamm that wasn't there 2 weeks ago, and the word is ban. So I click the ban button, and there is no timeout. They actually go straight to the ban folder, and I actually have to go in and unban them, or they are banned. So they went from like nothing at all to ban. Nothing in between. So the moderators can put time out, they can hide a chat, but you can't ban a person. So if a person gets rough, which doesn't happen too often, let me deal with them before anybody decides to do anything. And if I want you to put them on time out, I will ask you to do that. And if I feel this person needs to be banned from my channel, I'm not afraid to do that either. But I don't want to jump right into it. Some people are having a bad day. Some people need a little bit of love. I know they're nasty, okay? I watch the news. I see other channels. I know there's people out there that just have a nasty spirit. They just can't get over it. But let me try to walk them through it. And if I can't, and if they push the buttons too hard, I will ban them. If they push the buttons just slightly, then I will ask one of you guys to go ahead and put them on a timeout. So let's get back to Bob. Bob, banana, for Bob, B5 for Bob, the name game. Okay, so hi Peter, Merry Christmas and Happy Friday. I am happy to report that I didn't get embarrassed with that TV show, House Hunters. They showed a lot of my footage. Now, for those of you that don't remember, Bob got pushed over from YouTube into the HGTV, okay, the Home and Garden Television cable channel, which is on most of you guys if you've got cable from Comcast or whoever cast that's out there. I had AT&T. I cut the cable and I went with Philo, Philo. So it's $25 a month, and I get all of the channels, including the 3 Hallmark channels with the Christmas Murder, She Wrote, the Game Channel, which is another one. Actually, I don't know if HGTV is in there. I think it is. Okay, so it went from $276 a month. Now I pay $60 a month, okay, plus the $20 a month from Philo. And I get the 1,000 up and the 1,000 down internet for $60. And I get Philo, which has like Up TV, the channels that I kind of like to watch, for $20 a month. That you guys that like something a little more hardcore, I did test drive Sling, where they have an orange and a blue, and you can get orange and blue for just $5 more. And that's what I would recommend for you. It's got sports in there. It has everything but the kitchen sink in Sling. It even has Turner Classic Movies. And that is $56 a month. Okay. Plus you need an internet connection. It can't just pull it out of the thin air. So you got to have an internet connection, and that's a monthly bill. And then you can just go with free stuff like Roku, Pluto, Plex. If you have Amazon Prime, they got a lot of movies on there, okay? So all that, at that point, after what you're paying for your internet connection, you don't have any monthly charges yet, okay? So now if you want regular cable TV channels, like Hallmark Channel, MTV, I don't know the names of all the channels, the cooking channel, the food channel, the weather channel, one's got AccuWeather, other one's got with a weather channel, okay, then you are going to sign up for something like the cheapest of them all is called Friendly. It's there's no E in it. It's FRNDLY, Friendly TV. They're $5.99, and you could spend all of $10. All right. You don't get a lot of channels, but you get the basics. And you can get all kinds of plug-ins. Some of them are free. Some of them, they cost money. Okay, so we went from $276 every single month. That's over $3,000 a year to watch television, okay? We used to have an antenna on the roof, and we were able to watch television. So when they went from 240 something to 276, I said, that's it. I mean, what do they think? I'm made out of gold? You know, $276? You can get a lease on a car for that. So I'm now paying $25 a month at Philo. Well, actually, I'm paying $20. They just had a rate increase a month ago, so I got in on the right under it. So it's $25 a month. So anyway, back to Bob. Bob actually submitted some footage that he did from his drone. Just like any of you guys. If you had a drone, if you did some footage, you submit it. Well, they took his and they publicly broadcasted it. So I guess I have questions now, Bob. It can range from dollar amount, meaning did they pay you, or this was just footage that you sent in and it got approved and they just used it. And then the second thing is, did you get any credit in the credit line as the footage coming from you? That might actually be more important than the money. I'm not saying the money's not important, okay? But I'm curious if they gave you credit for using it. If they didn't give you credit for that, I would say that's kind of like hitting below the belt. That's about the only way they could say thank you if they're not going to pay for it, is to give you credit. But like Bob said, House Hunters put some of his footage up. So we really need to congratulate Bob. That's a big thing. I've never had my footage of any kind on cable. And yet Bob, one of us again, has footage that has been played on House Hunters. That's a huge accomplishment. High five, air five to Bob. So we got people, Bob, that's got cable TV that's being done. We've got most of the rest of you that have actually YouTube footage. We got Norm that's in print, both digitally and in print. Okay, so we got quite a powerhouse here. Any one of us runs for president, that's it. We rule the world. We do. We rule the world. Okay, Peter, you can wake up now. See, it's 11. I can tell now. I start to get tired at a certain time. Oh, I had the chicken sandwich from KFC tonight. Another surprise. These chicken wars are really picking up in a big way. The chicken was the best. The chicken itself, not the sandwich. The chicken itself was absolutely hands down the best from KFC. Okay? The chicken sandwich overall, I would say the top of the line is Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, and who's the third? The Burger King one. Now, I did see the Burger King commercial. The picture they're showing you on that commercial is not anywhere near the sandwich that you put in your mouth. Okay? I don't know how they're getting away with that. That sandwich looks like it would beat the living shit out of all the other sandwiches. But when you actually get that sandwich, it doesn't look like the television commercial. That television commercial sandwich is absolutely awesome. And Bob says, oh, my studio is coming along nicely. So Bob is rolling. He is rolling, and I know the feeling. Sly says, I have been on hiatus, but I do have something to edit for this weekend. Be right back. I've got to go pick up my pizza. Save a slice for me, okay? And see if they have yoo-hoos. I like pizza with yoo-hoos or pizza with a shake. I don't know. That's just me. What can I tell you? That's what I like. You know something? You can like what you like. A lot of you guys like your beer. Beer, B-E-A-R. No, it's B-E-E-R. And good. And I'd buy you a six-pack, okay? But I don't like beer. I like chocolate shakes or shaky de chocolata. Norm says, Bob, I had a great week. Let's give him a big round of applause and for getting him a wrench. Do I have an applause button? Yes, I do. It's right here. Did it play? Yeah, it played. Okay. That was for you, Bob. Instigated by Norm. So Ray says, this moderator thing reminds me of the famous quote from the movie Dodgeball. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I don't know. I didn't see that one, but why? Never mind. I can kind of... That's all right. That's all right. Eddie says, hi, Eddie. I like your avatar. You're looking good tonight. Hey, Eddie, put your tongue back in your mouth, okay? I told you not to walk around with your tongue hanging out. Peter, I'll give you the L word. Love you, and I love you. Eddie, you know, I never knew there was an avatar with glasses. I'm going to have to find that and start using it. That's a good one, Eddie. Thumbs up. Welcome. Thanks for saying something tonight. I appreciate you being here. I really does. I do's, whatever. Okay. So, and I like your avatar. That dog is like really paying attention to you when you were taking that shot. Peter, you can handle the disruptive newbies. We'll be on the lookout for Frosty Flake or whatever that guy's name was. Yeah, you guys go ahead and take care of that. He's probably watching. I see we got one thumbs down. Chances are that's from Frosty. I forgot what his name is. Hey, Simon, what's his name? I forgot. What a creep. Oh my God. Thank you for the 15 thumbs up. Thanks, Ray. That's actually pretty good. Randy says thumbs up. Here's Eric. Somebody told me Eric wasn't coming in this week. I don't know why, but here he is. He proved them wrong. Hello, Peter and Petertarians. Hi, Eric. I've been waiting for you to come in and say hi. So how you doing? What did you do this week? Did you have anything interesting for dinner tonight? What time is it? It's 11 o'clock, so it's dinner time or past all across the United States. I'm in Miami, so dinner time here for the Latins is probably around now. They don't start. The Latin community here just doesn't kick into gear till 11 o'clock and midnight, okay? So, but you guys that are in California that eat normally, now is when your guys are having your dinner. So, it's good to see you in here, Eric. That wonderful smiling face. You need to update your avatar. You're not staying that age for the rest of your life, Eric. You know that, right? Eric, pay attention. Maybe in your mind. Randy, I don't know if he's clapping. I can't. It's a little bit small, Randy, but I'm sure it's something good. Here's Rocky Cola. My goodness, Rocky, I haven't seen you in too long. What has happened? Hey, how's my favorite guy? You look great, and I love all the camera views. Thank you for coming in and actually saying hello. You used to come in so often. I used to call you the millionaire because you owned all the colas, remember? Or did you forget about that? So thanks for coming in. And here's a Mahari, and it's called wakeboarding. Thank you. Somebody has set my ASS straight. So Amahari, thank you for saying that. I like your avatar. It's like a cartoon character. Very cool. I really have to say that is very, very cool. So Sly has come back. She's gotten her pizza. So we'll get a pizza report in a little bit. Eric says, I love the Wendy's lemonade. I went to Wendy's and I got a chicken sandwich and peach and mango lemonade. I haven't heard of that, but you know something? You have piqued my taste buds. So I'm going to have to get a peach. I love peach ice cream. Peach ice cream is so refreshing. So when Chick-fil-A gets the shakes for the peach shake, I have to tell you, that shake is a winner. It's a wiener. It's a big wiener. I don't remember who, which is a terrible way to start things out. Two people did a cup of coffee. Luis taught me to put that in, and I did. And every once in a while, I get cups of coffee. Okay, so I wanted to say thank you for that. And on that, I could segue into this. I've decided, and I probably will announce this over and over until I remember that I've announced it. I'm going to make a Christmas album of me singing. Okay, don't go away, don't run. Okay, don't run. I'm going to be okay. Okay. When people give, I like to say thank you. Okay, so on the big channel, not here, all of you guys are like family, but I can hold up a CD like this. This is Jonathan's CD. All right. So I can do like my own commercials, and I can go. You guys that like to support the channel, I have a Christmas CD where I have 10, 11, 12 songs. I don't know how many I'm going to put on there. And the Christmas CD is for your donation of $25 or more, and you'll get the CD, free shipping, and a digital download, all as a way of saying thank you for supporting the channel. And then I would go back to the regular thing. Now I feel in my heart that I'm actually giving something of value. So I got the first song done, okay? And the first song is Silent Night. And I got that one done. So the ones that I picked out, I'm picking only songs that are in the public domain. So if you Google Christmas songs public domain, you'll find one of the top 2 or 3. They list them. A list of Christmas songs, and if they're in red, that means they're copyrighted. Red means no, stop. And if the line like Away in a Manger, that line is in green, and it's got PD at the end of it, which means public domain. So I've got Silent Night. Get these in order. These are the ones that I picked out so far. So I've got to have a minimum of 10 on the album, all right? So what I'm doing is I have an engineer or someone, I don't know what you call them, but they make the backing track that I sing to, and I pay for that. So I met up with this guy from Israel, of all places, and we have completed the Silent Night backing track, and now I've been rehearsing it where I add the vocals. So you would hear Silent Night, Holy Night, all is calm, all is bright. So that gets recorded as the vocal track. Now I could do that here without any help, thank you very much, okay? But I can't do the backing track. So this gentleman I'm purchasing the backing track from him, and they're in Israel. So I picked out 4. He said I need a minimum of 10 to be on the album. Well, he said I could put anything I want, but I want a minimum of 10 songs, okay? So I've got the first 4. This one is done, so that's Silent Night. So I've got Angels We Have Heard on High. I've got Jingle Bells, and it's going to be done a little bit different. It's not going to be the happy jingle bells, jingle all the way. It's going to be done in a ballad style, and Away in a Manger. So those are the first 4. That's what I'm practicing now. And when I get them done, I'm going to follow Jonathan's footsteps. And of course, since he's done all this, he knows what to do because he's got his album. I promoted it here for him. Okay, he's my friend, and that's what we do. We help each other. We're not in competition with each other. I help them do the photography and whatever else that I help them do. As a matter of fact, my name is actually on this album somewhere. It says, my best ever friend that I love more than anyone else in the world, Peter Gregg. It doesn't say that. I know my name is on here somewhere. I don't know where, but it's in there. So I will have my own CD. I'll need a title for it. I was going to say, Peter Jingles His Bells. Sly turned that down, okay? She said, no, you can't use that as a title. So I need a title. I mean, it's obvious. Peter Gregg Sings Christmas, something. I'd like something maybe a little bit more, like I gave it some thought. So if anybody has a good, catchy title for the album, all ears right here, okay? So let's get back. Eric was getting my juices running with his peach and mango lemonade. Thank you, Eric. Gonna have to make a little run, midnight run. So Lewis says, thank you for the wrench. And Eric, Wendy's lemonade is unmatched. Oh, great. 2 of you now. Okay. Thank you, Norm, for the promotion. Bless you. Eric says, it's 8:40 here in southern Utah. Okay, so that means it's 9:11 there now. Oh, 9:11. And it's still 110 degrees. Ooh, you're in the you're in the heats. You're in heat. Eric, you're in heat. Norm says, that wrench looks great. Wear it with pride. Lewis says, thank God my grandma survived her heat stroke. That's excellent. That's good news. Kippy's in the house. Hi, Kippy. I love you, dude. Thank you for being here. Hello to your family, your girls, your wife, which is a girl. So I guess you're just surrounded by girls. Hi, Peter and everyone. Been practicing on flight simulations this morning to brush up on my flight skills. What is FPV? That's cool. I have been watching a lot of flying videos lately. It's just interesting. I've never seen anything from the view of the cockpit. So these little, single prop and double prop I find it intriguing. You know how you binge? I binge too. YouTube is a good source of, binging material. So Luis says, sorry to hear at Sly Reader. Yep, let's keep her in our prayers. Hi, Norm, Eric, Kippy, and Bob from Luis, and Secret Stuff. What happened to your face? I don't know. Are you talking about this? I have cream on there right now. I don't know. It's kind of like a rug burn. If you're talking about this is old age. So you got to say more than what happened to your face. It actually sounds like, well, I can give him a zinger. Okay. Kippy is going, hi, Lewis. Charles is going, hello, Greggies. Hi, Charles. How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. Sly is saying, thank you, Lewis. I'm on a steady diet of Advil. Good. And I'll be fine in a week or 2 or 3. I'll be happy as can be when I grow up in a week or 2 or 3. Well, thank you for the report that you're on a steady diet of Advil. Thank God they got the coated ones, like a little bit of sweetness. So I feel like when I do that, I have a M&Ms that I'm swallowing. So Luis is saying, feel better, Sly. And he's saying hello to Charles. And Mr. Camera Junkie is saying, I'm live. Secret Stuff is saying, you're back. I forgot about that. That was weird. I hope I don't have dreams about that tonight. Thumbs up. It buffered for a bit, but okay, we are back. So my computer went through the entire process of rebooting. I restarted Ecamm Live, and I had never seen this before, but it asked me, do I want to resume the stream that I have going? Well, heck yeah. You know, is there white on rice? Is the Pope Catholic? I do want to resume the stream. So what you saw was different from what I saw. I heard, bzzzt, and then the screen went black. So the Mac Mini M1, bzzzt me. Maybe that's what this is, Secret Stuff. I got a hell of a zit from that. It got burned. So Charles is saying hi to Lewis. Charles says, I heard it too. Did you hear the sound? Oh, I didn't know you heard the sound. Okay, that's interesting. It was really loud here. It was like shocking. I was shocked with only the sound. Okay, I didn't get an electrical pulse. I had to check. Am I alive? Did I just die? This is not bad if I just died. Okay. So Charles says he thought it was a fly. Bam! I got the fly, Charles. Don't worry. I got it. Don't get up. I got the fly. So Secret Stuff says, how did you bruise your face? That's the old age. That's like an age spot. Sometimes I put like cornstarch. You know how you get baby powder? But I've learned that it's got aluminum in it, so I use baby powder. I didn't put that on tonight. But on this side, that is actually bleeding a little bit. So I put Neosporin on it, and I guess next time I go to the doctor, I'll ask him about it. I might have done it myself because I was picking on it, and maybe I continued to pick on it while I was sleeping. So my nails are not long enough where I have to cut them, but they're long enough to actually, if I push like on my skin, I could feel it. So don't know what happened there. As long as it's nothing dangerous, I'm okay. Thumbs up. Aaron says, hi, buddy. I was thinking of you, Aaron. I need to get, this week, I didn't put anything up on the kitchen channel. And I got stuff to talk about for the camera channel. That new Nikon ZFC, whatever it's called. That's a heck of a nice camera. And then we got the firmware update to the R6. The Canon R6 got a firmware update. Well, now they'll let you put and record video to both of the card slots. You'd think in a $2,500 camera, you could record your video to both card slots, but no, just another Canon quirk, not Canon owner. We love Canon owners, okay? But no, you can only record to one. Now they made it, you can record to two. Now that you made me think about this secret stuff, I was out in the sun for quite a bit, and I wonder if that got a little burnt there or not. So, anyway, back to Aaron. Hi, Aaron. How are you doing? I did get to watch some of your Sunday live stream, but after the fact. It plays just as well after the fact because I'm not going to bother you during the live stream. But I think one of the things that I want to put up on the kitchen channel is, you know how you joke about the fudge all the time? I think that could make a video all by itself. As a matter of fact, I might even go back and find the footage from the one that we did New Year's Eve, or was it Christmas Eve, where I made the fudge, and I don't even have to re-record it, or I could just re-record it and I'll have fresh fudge. Can you say that fast 5 times? Fresh fudge? No. Don't do it live on the air. Okay. So, good to see you, Aaron. I love you, buddy. Thank you for being here. You're always there for me. All of you. So, Mr. Camera Junkie is saying great to Bob Asbury. Aaron said, I saw a lot of Teslas tonight. How did you see the Teslas? That's pretty interesting. Was there something going on, or it was a coincidence? Well, I hope to have one here. Mark says, hey, Peter. How you doing, Mark? I love you, Mark. How you doing? Good to be in here. And congratulations to Bob. And that's pretty cool because Mark is a photographer, wedding photographer, still pictures, artistic photographer, all of that. You never answered my email, Mark. Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me in the back? Mark, can you hear me? I did send you an email, so anyway, and your pictures were very nice. But I think you always do good pictures. So Peter, they actually hired me to shoot on this show, and one after that will be coming up in a few weeks. They contacted me through my website, and yes, it is paid work. That is cool beans. That's part 1 of 2. And here's part 2. I will send you a private message through Facebook and let you know how much it was. But I can tell you that they paid very well. And the credits at the end roll fast. Yeah, actually you're right. So even if they did put the credits, somebody that would have to be targeting who did that work and actually play it back in slow motion. I noticed they roll the credits instead of like the old days where it goes like this and you can read it. Now it goes like that. Done. Okay. Hey, I didn't check to see if I've got my three cameras up here. Tri-view. There we go. We got 3 Peters. Anybody else out there have 3 Peters? I have 3 Peters. I got them right there. Oh, you have them too? So you got 3 Peters on your screen too. All right. Peter's making a funny. Let's go back to my rotating camera. Hi, ZV1. How you doing? There you are. I didn't know where you went. Okay, so I jumped over you, Mario, to put Bob's comments together. See how Bob is so smart? He puts part 1 of 2, he wanted to say, but I knew that. And then he put part 2. So Mario says, hi, Peter and friends. Happy weekend. Yes, we had a great time. I hope everybody's dogs did well over the July 4th weekend. I thought we weren't going to get the fireworks show because 9 o'clock came, nothing. 10 o'clock came, nothing. 12 o'clock, I'm laying down in bed watching YouTube videos. Actually, I was watching, depends on which day it was. And all of a sudden I heard boom. And it kind of like is a boom that means business. A business boom, okay? I said, what? At midnight? So apparently they didn't have a crowd, because they normally have the stadium. It's a football stadium, and I can hear the cheers, even though it's like 8 or 10 blocks away. I can hear the cheers from the stadium. But there was no cheering, but they did an abbreviated fireworks show. And I didn't have time to grab I wanted to do it with the A7s3. I didn't have time to do it. And but I did get to enjoy it. And I already read yours, Bob, and yes, it will remain private, no problem. But private is private. Well, now, Louis, you got 3 to try. You got Burger King to try, You've got KFC to try. And I don't know if you have Popeyes there. But if you do, you have that one to try. And I'm sure some of the local biggies that are national chains in up there where you are probably going to get into the chicken sandwich war. Because they're all, I see like over and over sandwich commercials for the chicken sandwich, and each guy is trying to make theirs bigger than the others. But at some point, it's not real, and Burger King has passed over the line of reality. That sandwich, it's amazing. I mean amazing. Look up BurgerKing.com and see if you can see a picture of the sandwich. And then you can look up my video and you can compare what it really looked like. Because I did, on this channel, I think I did. Bob is saying, but it does say special thanks, Bob Asbury. Cool. Now that is freaking awesome. So Bob, yay. You actually got a byline, you got credit, and you got paid. All right, big boy. That's the way to fly, okay? That's an old commercial, but it kind of fits right there. So that is absolutely awesome. My question is, how beneficial is the fan? Is it vital to the camera? Well, how hot does it get there? And do you think your camera would overheat? Are you shooting outdoors? Okay. If you're shooting outdoors a lot, like this month, yeah, you would need to have the camera with the fan, because it's only one of maybe two cameras that have a fan. Okay. Now, if you say, well, I don't need to shoot outdoors, during the hottest months, then you don't need to prioritize a fan. Okay. But let me walk over. Okay. So that Sony A7s Mark III has been on since like 10 minutes before I went live. Okay. I'm going to feel it. Woo! I'm tickling it. It's warm, but not anywhere near as warm as the R6 was. But then the R6 didn't overheat either, okay, in here. So it stayed true to staying on. So with that little bzzzt, and when we went off the air, I would have blamed the R6. The R6 threw us off the air, and I don't even have one. So make that decision, Lewis. Contemplate. Think about it. Eric is clapping his hands, and I'm sure that's for Bob Asbury, because I'm trying to get on the chair without sliding off, falling right on my rump, publicly, live, coast to coast, and all around the world. Okay, I'm on the chair. Don't get up. And Scott is in the house. Hello, friends. Chocolate chip cookies. Oh, and milk for everyone. That's another video I want to do for the kitchen channel, because I have gotten the hankering for chocolate chip cookies again. So I figured if I'm going to make it, let's record it. I got cameras mounted. I got the microphones all set up, the one that's on me. I got the soft boxes are mounted permanently to the ceiling. We actually use them as room lights. So it does very, very well. Hello to my friends in Brazil. Randy says, sherbet lime ice cream. I didn't know they made that. I'm trying to scoot back on the chair if you're wondering what is he doing? Has he got ants in his pants? No. This is a wooden top. Slick, beautiful wood, but my ASS is sliding right off of it. It's waxed. Not my butt, the chair. It feels like the chair is waxed. Luis says, I can't wait for the Christmas album. I'm really getting into it. I had to buy, what's that software? God, I can't remember. I have Final Cut Pro, and that's for the video side of things, where Apple has an amazingly good software. And don't be typing it out. Send it to me telepathically. What's the one for the audio side? Logic Pro. See, somebody was yelling at their screen. Logic Pro, Logic Pro, Logic Pro. Dummy. I got it. I guess I must be the dummy. So I've been studying it. It's over my head. So I've been watching videos. So I placed a strategic call to Jonathan. Jonathan is my buddy. That's the violinist, professional violinist. That's got his album. And I said, hey, John, how you doing? What you doing? And I said, you got a few minutes? I need an overview of Logic Pro. I got it. And I need to put my voice onto the track. So the guy delivered and made the track. I didn't know how to get the voice on there. Okay? And to make it sound good, you know, add a little reverb and stuff. Like when I sing, you know, here with this mic. I've got this going through all of my recording stuff, okay, but I need to get it together with the inside of the computer. Kind of like, you know, when you see those recording studios and they got the mixing boards, really cool. Well, that's what Logic Pro does, but Peter doesn't know how to use that. But Jonathan does. So Jonathan took time out of his day, not once, but twice. Thank you, John. I love you, dude. And he gave me the overview. He took my hand and basically walked me through, this is where here, this is. And I felt like a 5-year-old, or a 5th grader, I should say. That's like a 10-year-old. But because of that, I have now completed my first song. So I'll go through it again because my skill set is going to increase. So you guys that are new to Ecamm Live, you start off on day 1 at a certain skill set, and then as time goes on, your skill gets better and better and better. So the same thing's going to happen with Logic Pro. I tried GarageBand. It didn't work for what I needed it. I need to actually master the songs to go onto the CD and the digital download. So I'm excited about that because I'm not like a used car salesman, you know. The affiliate links are down below. So by the way, the affiliate links are down below, okay? So if you're going to buy something, including Ecamm Live, or if you're going to buy a camera or something, if you're going to buy it through B&H, or you're going to buy it through Amazon, go find one of my videos and click on any Amazon video if you're buying it through Amazon, or any B&H video if you're actually going to buy it through B&H. It doesn't have to be the exact item. When you click on that, it's going to take you to B&H, let's say. So let's say you're going to buy an R6, okay? You're going to go and find any of my videos, live video or old videos, click on a B&H link, okay? And whatever you buy on B&H is for the next 12 hours, and whatever you buy on Amazon for the next 24 hours, I get credit for. So by you using those links, it actually helps. But I get the feeling like I sound like a used car salesman. And it's okay, I have to do it. So I'm not telling you, it's like, you know, back, I don't want to do it, okay? I'm just saying my personality is more comfortable when I'm handing something to someone than when somebody is putting stuff in my hands. I feel like, I don't know, it's almost like I'm not worth it, okay? So this is the psychiatry segment of the show, all right? I don't mean like I'm not worth it, but I'm a giver, not a taker, all right? But the Bible says it's better to give than it is to receive. So that person that's giving, it's better for them, okay? It doesn't say it's bad to receive. It just says it's better to give, okay? So I would like to have something to put back that I feel like, yeah, I put a lot of work into making this here, you know? And anybody that wants to outright buy it, I'm going to set a price. I'm thinking CDs usually go for like $19.95 normal price unless they're on sale. So I wanted to get a little bit more money in for that because people don't like to pay shipping, okay? So when they hear free shipping, ooh, it's like somebody's goosing them, you know? It gets their attention. So I was going to raise it to $25, shipping included, except for overseas. It'll probably have like a $7 more to raise that up, so it gets near to cover the cost, because it's about $10 to mail something overseas. So, and then I said, you know, I can also throw in the digital download. Like, I don't have a computer in this room that can swallow a CD. So if I buy Jonathan's CD, I got no way to play it. So it's the digital download that becomes more important. So I'm going to give the CD. This is not for you. So if you feel like you're getting a sales pitch, it's not. I'm talking to my family now, you, okay? On the big channel and on the kitchen channel. There's no reason why I can't, on the kitchen channel, go like, I sing Christmas songs. You want to help support the channel? $25, I'll mail you the CD free of charge. And on top of that, you can have the digital download also. So you'll get both things for any donation of $25 or more. That I can do. I feel I'm giving somebody something of value, and I don't feel like I'm a used car man. What can I get you to? How can I get you to buy a car today? You know, and then you start to walk out. Wait, let me go talk to the manager real quick before you leave. And then they come back and they lowered the car by something. That's not me. I have a hard time returning crap. You know where I return things the best? On Amazon. It's painless. And man, if like that cable, I sent it back. It didn't bother me one little bit. Not even that much, okay? They make it that easy to return. But when I have somebody and I have to look at them in the face, I have to explain to them, I have to feel bad, I'm returning this. I feel so bad that I'm returning this, where I have family members that like, bam, give me my money back, okay? That's not my personality. Each of us have our own personalities, okay? So no more copyright strikes or Christmas songs. Well, I'll only be doing public domain. So White Christmas, okay? Let's give YouTube a little kick in the ass. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Take that, YouTube. This is not monetized. They can't take it. So, anyway, on the big channel, they'll take it. They'll take the proceeds from that show if I sing any part of White Christmas. And that's just the way it is. So, and the songs that I do, I actually have to copyright them, believe it or not. Because now it's not just like Angels We Have Heard on High, it's my rendition of Angels We Have Heard on High. And that gets copyrighted, and the actual soundtrack is actually copyrighted. So if somebody tries to say, they start to play my song, they'll get a copyright claim, not a strike, but a claim. Okay? So if they take one of my soundtracks and they put it up, I will get the whatever's generated from that YouTube. We should have a show on copyright one night, right? So, what else? There was another part in there that I wanted to tell you. Oh well, I guess it wasn't important. So Lewis says, feel better, Sly. Lewis also said, I know it's not about the camera, but sometimes that's what gets the pep in your step. I like that. The pep in your step. That pep should be in your step. Hey, big peppy stepper, step a little pep with me. That's copyrighted, by the way. And gets the pep in your step. I'm humbled by your beliefs in me. Oh, Lewis, you can do it, buddy. I keep telling you I love you over and over and over. You think I'm, making a move on you, dude? And yeah, I am in a way. I'm making a move on your creative abilities. Put them out. I've seen videos you've done that makes my jaw go like that. Okay, so I don't know what to say. Get it out there. You're talented. What do you mean my belief in you? I bet you anyone that's seen your videos that's in here would just say the same thing. Hey, what's, you know, you're darn good. Get your ASS out there. Put it in gear. So Gregory's in the house. Hello, Gregory. How are you doing? I'm so happy to see you here. Thank you for being here with me. Why is my sound effects muted? Gregory is in the house. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Gregory, Maria, Christina, Matthew, Michael, Bella. Oh, I'm still clapping. Sorry. Thanks for coming in and saying hello, Gregory. I hope everything is going well with you. And we have next Mr. Camera Junkie, Songs from the Christmas Room by Peter Gregg. Oh, that's pretty cool. Songs from the Christmas Room. Let's see if I can remember it. If anybody that had, including you, Luis, send me an email because it leaves a paper trail. I won't be able to see that comment for a day or two, and I'll go, what did Luis say? What did Luis say? Oh my God, it was so good. So send me an email with the titles to the Christmas track. Not only that, Peter, do you have the Peter's Unbeatable Chocolate Milkshake recipe? Yeah, it's in my back pocket. I'm sitting on it right now. I haven't made a milkshake. Yes, I have. Okay. So it's actually really easy. It's one milkshake. Okay. You get a pint of vanilla ice cream. For me, it's preferably Häagen-Dazs. Häagen-Dazs. Okay. And you leave it out for an hour. Let it so it's not soup, but so it gets soft. Okay? Now eat a little bit, just because you deserve it. That's all. Not much, but enough so you got stirring room. Okay? So now get some Hershey's chocolate syrup and pour it all over the top. A generous helping. A little more than that. Put even more than that. Okay? And then stir that up like you're making soft ice cream. Okay? Now get a coffee mug and put like a quarter of a teaspoon of instant coffee. Get some hot water from your tap. Hot. H-O-T. All the way hot. And just blurb it in there. Maybe about 4 or 5 tablespoons. Not much. You want that coffee quite strong. Okay? Now, if you don't want the coffee in there, your milkshake is done. Just mix that pint with the chocolate syrup. No. Don't buy chocolate ice cream. Buy vanilla ice cream. Make it so that you can churn it yourself into a softness, and then churn in your Hershey's chocolate syrup to your liking. For me, it's plenty of chocolate syrup. But why can't I do it with vanilla ice cream? It doesn't have the same taste. I've tried it both times, both ways. It's better with the vanilla ice cream. You're putting the chocolate sauce, chocolate syrup in there, so don't be complaining. It's gonna be the best chocolate shake you've ever had. Okay? So I take the coffee and I mix it until it's all dissolved. It's a little longer than you think, so it's not like blah, 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 it's done. No. Stir it really, really, really well. And then here's the part, until you know what your tolerance level is, add 1 full tablespoon into that pint of ice cream at a time. So 1 full tablespoon, stir it up, taste. No, I want a little stronger coffee in there. Put another tablespoon. Or no, that's just right. And there, you have just made the best tasting shake. No blenders. No, you got to put sugar in it. You got to put half and half. You got to put this much ice cream. Oh, it's too liquidy. Blah, 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 blah. Just get a pint of Häagen-Dazs vanilla ice cream. Let it melt enough to where you can churn it into a soft ice cream. Add chocolate syrup to taste. Stir it up. You've got the best milkshake on the planet. The only thing you could have done is you let it melt a little bit too much, or you didn't let it melt enough and it's too hard. Okay, so you'll know exactly what the right temperature is. After 2 or 3 shakes, you'll have it down pat. So, Bob, Peter, getting the wrench made my name blue. Perfect. Oh, I forgot that would match. Isn't that awesome? I didn't even think of that. So, blue avatar, blue hair, blue wrench, blue name. I'm an interior decorator. That's where's my name tag? Peter Gregg, interior decorator. High-priced interior decorator. Lewis says, congratulations, Bob. We are wrench twins. Kippy says, FPV, first person view. I think you taught me that once before. It goes to tell you a lot about my memory, doesn't it, Kip? Shh, don't tell anybody. So secret sauce, secret stuff, that it was putting gloves on you when you were asleep. That's it. We're putting gloves on you when you sleep. Oh my God, then I won't be able to have any fun. And we'll leave it at that. Kippy is back to work. Get well soon, Sly. He's saying, by the way, Randy uses that as back to work. Because he has like these 15-minute windows where he gets to take a break. And he'll text me. And like we'll get into something really conversive. And then he goes back to work. And that's it. And ends the whole thing. Randy, hey. Did you fall asleep? Sorry. I thought that was coming up, but it didn't. It was just a burp. Where did I leave off? Let's give Kippy a star so I know where I left off. Sly says, thanks, Lewis and Kippy. It's a well-known fact that old age ain't for sissies. Yeah, she was Dr. Mom for me the other day. Sly, this hurts. Okay, Peter, you're going to be okay. It's okay. I know. You're going to survive. And she told me some things to do, and by golly, it worked. Who knew? So there's Dr. Mom, and then there's Dr. Dad. Secret Stuff said, I picked up a cage at Small Rig for my R6, which you got a firmware update. Your R6 got a firmware update. All made from carbon fiber called the Black Mamba. I cannot... can't wait for it to come. Oh, I can't hardly wait for it to come in. It's these computers that try to interpret what we're trying to say, and sometimes it makes really bad sentences. All right. Lewis says, but Sly, you're not even old. Oh, he's whitewashing now. Oh my God, he's kissing the feet. Okay, Lewis. How about me? Am I old? Oh yeah, Peter, you're old. Lewis says KFC is delicious and Popeyes is my top #1. There you go. I'd have to say Popeyes and Chick-fil-A together are my top #1s. KFC is good. Burger King is good. McDonald's, not so great. But it's good for me because I love chicken. I love it better than steak. You know, when we were kids, most kids are like meat and potatoes. You know, that's what the kids eat. But today, it's different. It's different. It's different. Secret Stuff was trying to straighten it out. But I know, you said you can't hardly wait. Logic Pro, that's what I got. And Jonathan sat with me for such a long time, and now I was actually able to produce a song. I learned a lot, and I think I must have watched 5 or 6 videos now on Logic Pro. What a very, very powerful program. Holy moly. I should tell Mabel all about it, but I don't want to wake her up. YouTube opened a creator fund for their black creators called Black Voices. Could you please pray for me? I entered and maybe I can fund my dream. If I make it through, I'll even use your link, Peter. Well, now you got something cooking. Oh man, I just found out I might not be eligible because I'm under the 4,000 watch time hours. So I'm going to try again to see if I can qualify. You do it. Don't let them, what do you call it? Bully you around. The winners get to go to YouTube Masterclass and receive funding and receive a YouTube Partner Manager for support. But God willing, we'll see. Well, I pray in Jesus' name that you get it. Amen. That's it. 2 or more agree. Anybody else in here going to agree with me? Okay. Joey is in the house. I actually talked to Joey today on the phone. What a fun guy to talk to. The man is so talented. He was playing drums for one of my ideas for a song. So I'm sitting there watching the screen right over there at the desk, and I'm singing to Joey playing, okay? A really wonderful guy. I don't know, I can't say it any more powerfully. Wonderful person. So hi, Joey. How you doing? You made it through the afternoon? The poor guy had to put up with me, talking with me for about an hour. Sorry, Joe. Mark says, photo contest soon. You like those photo contests, don't you? I'm going to have to think about that. You know, I think you're right, Mark. I think it's time that we added a photo contest. Not yet, but close. I have to think how to do it. Okay, so let's put that comment away and pull Joey. If a camera puts pep in your step, new glass puts a kick in your in your bottom. If a new camera puts pep in your step, new glass puts a kick in your bottom. Good one, Joey. That's a really good one. Boy, I'm going to have to ask you for help with the lyrics for the song. That ice cream is sounding amazing. Oh, Lewis, it's better than amazing. You know, and then from there, you can get creative and use another flavor of your choice. But start with the vanilla because it's just the right base to add all kinds of stuff. What about cookies and cream? You could try that. I think if it were me, I would actually get the vanilla again. I think vanilla's got vanilla bean in there, or there's something that kicks it up a notch, okay? And I would get some Oreo cookies, put them in a little baggie, smash them, okay, and then pour it in and put a little chocolate syrup in on top. That's how I would do it the first time. But then I would actually have to try it again your way, so I'd have to make a second shake maybe in a day or two. So that's okay. Keep your ideas coming. It's just more shakes I could try, and it'll make my chin fatter. Don't I look wonderful without a fat chin? No, I'm not getting surgery, so don't even bother. Randy says, I am still here and awake. I thought you fell asleep on me, Randy. Randy's talking to Secret Stuff. Ooh, how did you copy that in? That is so cool. I got mine, and I had to wait for the small rig for a week to clear customs. Bought my second small rig at my local camera store. There you go. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Peter. You're right. God is the greatest. Well, he's a part of my life. I'm not going to hide him. I'm certainly not going to put it down anybody's throat. God gave us free choice. So I respect everybody's free choice, except you can't cuss on my channel. Get your own. And you got your own free choice. You can cuss you on all over there. I saw, this was like weird, okay? So I might be judging myself here, never mind judging someone else. The sweetest little old grandmother, and she was showing how to make the individual soft dinner rolls. And I'm going like, you know, I can make that, and that might be something I could take when I go to my brother's house or something to that, you know. And then she lets out a string of cuss words, the F word, as if it was just her normal, everyday, common language. It was so unbecoming of her. Okay, so that's the first judgment. The second judgment actually comes from YouTube. When that's in there, they pull back the throttle on putting advertisements on your channel, because there's advertisers that go like, that's not the people we advertise to. That, you know, our advertisements on TV, our advertisements in magazines, our advertisements on the radio, they don't have the F-bomb in them. And the advertisements that we are going to pay for on YouTube, if it's got the F-bomb in it, we don't want our money going there. So that's the second, okay? But this was like completely unexpected. It's like talking to my mother and she decides to F-bomb me. It's like, what? What did I just hear? I can't believe that. So Lewis says, oh no, I'm going to make my milkshake now. I don't have chocolate syrup, but I have leftover chocolate frosting. Oh gosh, Lewis, you're gonna make me cry. I want one too. I might have ice cream in there. I don't know. I might actually have ice cream in there. You're going to have to let me know how that chocolate frosting comes out. I bet you it comes out great. Thank you for everything. You're the best. You could wake up from your dream now, Lewis. You're reminding me of God's love has definitely got me through the toughest days, and I am forever grateful. Well, that's what helped me, was him. So I can only make the recommendation, and you took me up on it, and that means, hey, it worked for you today. I'm not a rapper. I feel like I'm in a trapper. I don't know what I'm saying. Never mind. Okay. So, we are at the end of the show. Just 5 more minutes. We're at the end of the comments. So, I could do a little tap dance. I could do a little regular dance. Oh, I got one of these lights in there for Max, the young boy with the autism. And it really attracts his attention, and it gives him peace because it makes him stop thinking of everything else. But that works for me too. That not only works for him, I can sit here and watch the light and the bubbles. It's like watching an aquarium or one of those old-fashioned, whatchamacallits, like the Christmas things that had the little tube that and you put it on a handle or a light and they would bubble. So see, it's out of focus now, but these things are cool enough to watch. I could become a mannequin. All right, I can hear what you're saying. All right, this is July. We have officially started the second half of the year. So this is my question to everybody. Wake up. Okay, there's 16, 17 people in here. Are you buying a camera this year? Between now and Christmas Day. All right, even after, if you're going to wait till after Christmas, I want to know if you plan on buying a camera this year, and what is the #1 contender on your list of what camera you're going to buy. So this is not a commitment. We're not signing a contract. You can pick any camera you want. You can change, you can change your mind and that kind of stuff. All right. I want to know, #1, are you buying a camera this year? Are you buying a camera this year? And #2, what camera is at the head of your list right now? Are you buying a camera this year? Are you buying a camera this year? What camera are you gonna put money on? Tell me what camera you're gonna buy. That was the wrong note for that sentence. Are you gonna buy a camera this year? What are you gonna buy? Should I fear? Is it a Canon? Is it a Sony? Maybe a Nikon? A Fuji's in there too. A little out of tune. And Panasonic. I feel sorry for you. Are you buying a camera? OMC Productions says yes, I am buying a camera this year. And Lewis says he's buying a camera too. He is budgeting for an A9 Mark I, and that's what he's buying this year. Are you buying a camera this year? Tell me what you are gonna get. What is it that's on your list? What camera are you gonna get by December 31? Are you buying a camera this year? All right, so I gave you time to think. That's why I stuck the song in there. So OMC Productions, he's in the house. Yay! OMC Productions, probably the smartest man in this room right now. Okay, so I'm not going to give away anything about him, but my microphone fell down, so I guess I have to buy a new microphone now. No, it's got this big foamy head, but it did pick up all the dust off the floor. I haven't vacuumed in here for a while, but anyway, OMC Productions, I'm honored. Hello to you and Margarita. I could say her name because her name is not anything public. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And yes, he's buying a camera. And Mr. Camera Junkie says yes, he's buying an A9 Mark I. You know, those are excellent cameras, honestly. Randy, that's awesome. Wait, what did Randy say? Oh, he's talking about the small rig. Okay, got it. I'm sorry, I looked dumb for a second. I still look dumb, but that's okay. Secret Stuff says, no more cameras. I don't really mean that. I might buy a GoPro. I might buy a GoPro. I like the way you start out with, no, I'm not buying anything, but I might buy a GoPro. Releases something that actually works. I'm thinking of getting the Action, the camera in here, to do a little testing with it. Eric, I won't be buying a camera, but I will be buying a lens. Are you buying a lens this year? Are you buying a lens this year? Please tell me now what you're gonna buy if you're buying a camera or a lens. So Eric says, I'm not buying a camera, but I'm going to buy the Sigma EF Art 24-70 2.8 with the image stabilization, which stands for OS is optical stabilization. Mark says, I might buy the Fuji X-H2 or the X-T5. I haven't been keeping up with the rumors on that, Mark. Is something hot coming out over there? Fuji makes an awesome camera, okay? It's not for some people, okay? But if it's for you, what a heck of a camera, okay? And that's what the Nikon Z FC is getting into their territory. So Randy says, no, I am not buying a camera this year. No, I'm not buying a camera this year. I'm going to pay the ones I have now. The Nikon Z6 Mark II and the Z50. I already own the 6100 from Sony and the Z5 from Nikon. So let's see. Are you buying a camera this year? What you gonna buy? Whisper into my ear. The song is kind of rolling a little bit now. Get it? Get it? That's what happens with songs. Wait until the GoPro releases a 1-inch sensor, which I am thinking is next. That would be very, very cool. I would like the market to cool down so things will become cheaper. Yep, that could happen. So we don't know. So the question still stands. Nobody else going to buy anything? Are you buying a camera this year? Come on, whisper into my ear. Are you buying a lens? Are you buying a body? What you gonna buy? Tell somebody. Are you buying a camera this year? I'm beginning to like the song, guys, so come on. I'd like to hear what camera. How about if we change it? If you were going to buy a camera this year, what would you buy? Okay, so I guess the rest of you guys aren't buying anything, and that's fine. If you were to buy a camera this week, okay, so this that lets out all the fantasy cameras that are coming. If you were to buy a camera this week, Come on, give me a peek. What would you buy? Whisper it now. What would you buy this week? Sly says, I have no plans as of now to buy a new camera, but there's this guy named Peter that's apparently very influential, so we'll have to see what he says. Sly, you need to buy, and you need to buy the red lens. Okay? That's what you need to get. I'm afraid to say anything because she's liable to go buy it. She bought a blender, she bought a toaster, she bought an Instant Pot, she bought a drill, she bought a camera, she bought a lens. Why are you buying this stuff? She says, because you told me to. I said, what? She said, yeah. You told me to buy it, so I bought it. She says, I got things up there on the shelf. I don't have any clue what to do with them, but you said to buy them, so I bought them. Sly, that's why I'm telling you what to buy right now. You need to buy, and you need to put a lens on it, and that lens definitely should be the 74 image stabilization. So now you can't blame me. She's blaming me. I can't believe you blaming me. Go lay down and rest your back. I think you're delusional with the pain. Hey, stop popping up on my screen. There you go. Mark says the XH2 will have 8K and be priced at $2,500. You got to tell me what camera you're going to buy this week. And this is a pretend buy. Lewis has got it just right. Unlimited budget would be the A1 for what it's worth. That would be a great choice. That's a great choice, Lewis. So that's excellent. So OMC Productions, he would buy another R5. I wonder who got him to buy the first R5, and now he's buying another R5. Boy, one's not enough for you, huh? You got to have that other one, don't you? OMC Productions, by the way, guys, is a top-of-the-line video production house. Does weddings, but does work for baptisms and king-says and other type of events that they have. Top-of-the-line professional colorist, all separate from his ability to do the video. So that man is a brilliant, brilliant man. And I love him and his wife. They're awesome. The Canon R5C, if I could get a camera. No, that doesn't count. It's not out. You got to buy a camera this week. It can't be something that hasn't given you a peek. The R3, if Peter is buying. Yeah, I'm buying. If we're pretending, who cares? What's his name? Bill Gates is buying. Might as well make it so we can spend what we want, right? Mark is going to buy the Phase 1 camera or the Leica SL2. I would go with the Leica SL2. That's an interesting camera, and I'd like to have that. It wouldn't do anything to expand what I'm able to do here, just the cool camera. So the Phase 1 camera, I know you kind of, Mark, you know, you're exposing your little private parts there. You like the medium format stuff, don't you? You really like that. If for some reason it tickles your brain. Well, that's good. That's why they got them there. My favorite one actually is the Pentax, believe it or not. I think it's the most useful and probably runs the smoothest. But you're into that line a lot deeper than me, so I'll just yield to what you think. Why you think it, how you're thinking it, and when you're thinking it, and even why you're thinking it. So you want the Leica SL2? I'm thumbs up with that. You can even go, they have Leica stores, so you can go buy it. Eric would buy the R5. Wait, I was overwriting you with your own comment. Eric would buy the R5 if he was buying a camera this week. Doesn't matter, even if you have to take a leak. What camera would you buy? If it came from Sly, what camera would you buy this week? Okay, well, that was fun. Okay, so we got our little creative juices going. Oh, let's see what Scotty's got to say. Do the Sony A7X cameras have greater dynamic range than the Canon 80D or 90D? The Sony A7 cameras are downsampling and will give you a sharper image. Okay, so I need to sit down for this one. All right, because this might be real short. It might be getting longer. So I started to tell you, I made a new friend this week, and he's got 8 million subscribers, okay? And so he connected up with me, and he said, Peter, I'm buying 2 cameras, and I'm about to launch into the research phase, which could take me up to a month, 3 to 4 weeks. He said, but I've been watching you, and I decided whatever you tell me to buy is what I'm buying, okay? So we went through my own personal punch list and checklist for him. The Sony gives a sharper picture than the Canon, okay? But after listening to, and I actually went and looked at some of his videos, which were not in English, so I didn't listen to the sound part of it. I just watched what they were doing, watched what he was doing, and he had a team, has a team of people that kind of want him to go into the A200, and of course Peter Gregg didn't agree with that. Uh-oh, we got a problem. We got professional people on this hand, and we got Peter Gregg on this hand. They want a couple of what do you call it, C200s, and I told him the right camera for him and his channel was the Canon R6. So yes, I have Sonys in here, I have Nikons, okay, but when I give advice to people, it's based, they don't connect up with me for me to tell them what's my favorite camera. I mean, I talk about that often enough where you could probably figure out what my favorite camera or cameras are, but when they get connected with me, they really want to take advantage of my experience, or anyway, they trust me, okay, that's the point. And that I'm not going to lead them astray because I happen to like blue over, you know, green, so I'm always going to pick the blue shirt, okay? Well, what's wrong with the green shirt? Oops, I have a green shirt on too. So I told him the right camera for his situation is the R6, and of course he wanted to know why. And of course the A200 people were not very pleased with me. One of them actually said he doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, so why did you call me? So he set them straight. I'm buying what Peter said. Whatever Peter says, that's what I'm buying. End of story. Bing! Okay, so I don't think I made any friends that day. All right, so I told him the R6. I told him the pitfalls of the R6 with the overheating, but I told him that there's some benefits that are very strong, and it outweighs what Sony would give him. Okay, so I'm not, because of the size of that channel, in case I actually slip and say anything, I'm not going to identify what his situations were, but it's very much a very normal situation. It would be a similar situation, let's say like Roman Atwood, if you watch Roman Atwood at all, okay? He's got little children, he's got medium teenage children, got to pick up a camera at the drop of a dime, and Roman just feeds the editors continuous footage, okay? And he doesn't let any of the team members get near his children, so Roman is the one that picks up the cameras, mostly when the children are around, rather than the professional people, which he buffers out from his children. I think that's a good choice right there. I'm all for that, all right? So if Roman Atwood called and wanted to know what camera I thought it would be the R6 for him also. End of story. So there's some of you that are taking out your guns, you're taking out your blades, you're taking out your swords. Come over here, Peter. We're going to have a little talk. Let Let me get my sword out. But that's what they want to hear from me. And that is the correct camera for them. It might not be the correct camera for you. Now, I was asked about the R5, and I said yes. But you mentioned you were buying 2 of them. I don't know what your budget is. I imagine at 8 million subscribers, they got plenty of budget. So I said, there's nothing wrong with the R5. If you feel like you want to up the game, you can buy the R5. No objections, okay? It's just going to have a lot of stuff in it that you're not going to use. And I don't see a problem with that. I also thought about the, what is it, the 70, the C70? But I don't know enough about that camera to actually recommend it to anybody. So I didn't feel comfortable recommending. It gets back into the, you should buy the the C70. So I don't know enough about that one to actually tell them to do that. So it's matching the person with the camera. Okay. So Sly, you need to buy a Kodak Cube camera, the one where they have the flash cubes on top. I have to mention something to her that she can't go out and buy. Okay. So Scotty says, do the A7000 series camera have greater dynamic range than the Canon 80 or 90D cameras? They might, but how's this for a little bit of a kick in the butt? Okay, it doesn't matter. What really matters is where the cameras are going to be used. If a person, I'm not saying this to you, Scotty, but if a person is a dynamic range junkie, then they need to research every camera based on a dynamic range and make their purchase based on dynamic range. Okay? But at that point, they've just bought a camera. They're not taking pictures and they're not taking videos. They just know that they have a camera that's got a wonderful dynamic range. So if a person actually needs the dynamic range and that's what they want, or somebody somewhere along the way sold them on the idea that dynamic range is what you need to get, okay, then they're fooling themselves, because it's what you're going to do with the camera. Like that old commercial says, when I turn the car on, does it return the favor? So when you turn the camera on, does it return the favor? All right? And that's the camera you should own. The camera that turns you on in return. So if a certain camera makes you feel good, there. Because if you bought the Canon 90D, I don't recommend the purchase of an 80D brand new now. With the 90D out there, I don't see a reason to step backwards. Okay, but if you like the Canon, you buy a 90D, there's no handicap. Okay, if you would have bought a Sony, okay, so on the Sony, all this crap on my face shows up a lot better. It's sharper, it's reduced from 4K. But a Canon is going to make my face look much better. Okay, plus I did get a bump up here too. That one actually hurt. I stood up and got the point of the shelf right there. Okay, was that the bump you were talking about, Bob? I thought you were talking about this one that was bleeding over here. Okay, so I would probably say that the Sony does, just to answer your question, the Sony has a bigger dynamic range, in my opinion, than the Canon 80 and the 90D cameras. That's my opinion. However, not even close to being a reason to buy either camera. Okay? So if you're buying, this is what I'm trying to say, Scotty, to everybody. If you're buying a camera to please your specs lust, can I really say that on national television? If you have a specs lust, then you're in camography. You're buying a camera because, like, oh my God, this camera, what a gorgeous piece of work. You can take pictures? No, I just love the camera. You can take some videos? No, I just love this camera. I could kiss it. I could take it to bed with me. That's not a reason to buy a camera unless you're buying a camera for that reason. Okay, I want a camera I can love. All right, so that's what I'm trying to get across to the people, Scott. And I think your question brought that to the forefront. So Mark says, quick question to you and everyone else. The company I work for wants to rent out my equipment for a video shoot. I'm not sure what kind of rate I should charge them. Any ideas? Yes, I have ideas. They're going to be a little harsh, Mark. Let me start by saying, you know I love you. If they're going to rent equipment, they need to go to an equipment rental company. Okay? They have insurance. They know how to deal with equipment that gets damaged and all kinds of stuff. Now, if you just fling that out the window, number one, you're making a mistake. You're not an equipment rental company. All right? So it's their way of getting around getting you for a cheaper price. So if you do decide to rent the equipment to them, pretend they hired you for a job, because that's what you should charge them. Okay? Now, if they hired you for a job and you're on the job, would you let somebody walk over there and pick up the camera and use it while you're working at a job? Okay? Now, the natural answer to that, Mark, is no, because I'm using the equipment. I don't think that's a truthful answer. No, because I don't want anybody touching my equipment is more of a truthful answer. So if somebody wants to rent your equipment, they're using you in some fashion. I'm just not sure how they're doing it. Okay? If it's your brother, all right, is your brother able, if we pick up a camera and just drop it to the floor, does your brother, somebody you care about, if you had a brother, maybe you don't, okay, or your best friends, let's say the buddies that you spend a little time with at the wherever you guys go and have a few drinks or something, if one of them drops your camera off, he picks it up and plays with it and drops it, are you going to say, oh, well, I got to buy a new camera? Or is it going to create a position of awkwardness? Okay? That's the equivalent of loaning out your equipment. I can't think of anybody that I would loan my equipment out to, which is one reason I keep a 50mm 1.8 and the 50mm 1.2. So if they wanted to borrow a lens, they could borrow the 50 1.8, because if they can't replace it, I could afford to replace the 1.2. It's like $200 or $125. No, I'm sorry. I could afford to replace the 1.8. It's like, I think, $125, $150. Okay? Now, the f1.2L lens from Canon, even I can't afford to replace that. So why would I let anybody borrow it, even if they're paying me? Okay? So if they pay me, let's say the lens, I could buy a new one for $1,200. Okay, they have to borrow the lens or rent the lens for $1,200. So this way, if it comes damaged in any way, they have bought me a new lens. If it doesn't come back damaged in any way, I have $1,200 in my pocket. But I'm not a rental company, so why do I do that? Okay, if somebody comes up and says, Peter, I'd like to pay you to pour a concrete driveway there so I can park my car. I don't work with concrete. Why am I going to pour concrete for you? I'm not a pouring concrete company. Could I do it? Probably. I'd have to watch a few videos on how to make it level and all the, you know, what kind of wire to put in and stuff like that. But, you know, they're basically trying to get me to do something for cheaper than what if they did it the right way. And that would be to hire a company to put in their driveway. So instead, they're going to try to schlep me around to do it and undercut the price. I have to get the education. All the weight goes on my back. Not fair. So why am I taking the time on this? Because, Mark, you're going to get bit in the butt. And I like you, okay? So there's really no reason, unless you would like to be known and start a company for camera and lens rentals, okay? And if you do that, this might be the first step for that. And eventually you're going to have to get an insurance writer to cover that, because you can't do that indefinitely and put all that equipment at risk over and over and over. Okay, so how about the first time? Are you planning on telling them what the value is to replace the equipment? Replacement value, okay? So you would have to replace it, and you're not looking to replace it with the cheapest piece of shit you can find, okay? You're going to replace it with what you've got, a good working piece of equipment. Not from something on eBay that's been around the block 375 times. So you need to tell them what the replacement value is, so God forbid something happens, are they willing to step up and pay for it? And I would probably make that statement. If you break it, are you willing to step up and pay for it? Now, if they say no, all the risk is on your back. Do you want to take that kind of risk? So I'm thinking like what I think you would say. They want to rent out my Bronica. They can't find one and they want to rent it out, and they're going to shoot film. So think of it as the equivalent of taking that camera, walking over to the garbage can, and dropping it in. Because the chances are just as good that's going to happen as you're going to get the camera back the way you give it to them. And I'll say that again. The chances are 50-50, if not worse, against you. It can't be anything else. There's a 50% chance, okay, that something's going to happen to that piece of equipment. Now, are you willing to take the Bronica? Even though it's not something you're making money with, it's just something you're enjoying, okay? Walking over to the garbage can and throwing it away. I can't answer that question. Now you're telling me how much your value is in that person that wants to rent it, okay? And then if you work for them, all right, everything is going to get awkward. It could actually cost you your job. Okay, so you would have to say, I don't give a crap about my job. I don't care about the camera. None of that matters to me. If I rent it, if I get it back, fine. If I don't get it back, fine. So they rent it for a certain amount of money, okay? If you can make that kind of a statement, okay, because that means they're going to say, I broke it, and you're going to go, okay. Because anything more than, okay, is going to make it awkward when you go to work. There's something about being indebted to another guy that makes things awkward. So if I borrow $20 from you or $100 from you, Mark, I'm going to start avoiding you until I paid that back. It's just part of the male makeup, okay? And it's the same thing with any guy on this planet. When one man is in debt to the other guy, the guy that he's in debt to lords it over him. So now you're telling me you work there and you're putting your equipment online for where you work. So it's a rough question. I'm glad you asked it because I want you to understand the depth of it. The best answer is the little bit of a pinch that you'll feel up front when you say, I don't rent out my equipment. Okay? Now, if they dig into you for why, all right, that's your first sign that there would be problems if they broke it. All right? They should just accept your answer. That's your decision. It's not theirs, and it's not theirs to talk you into it. Okay? So I feel pretty strongly about that, and I feel pretty strongly that you're going to walk into something that you're not aware of the ramifications, and that's why I brought it down to the fact, if you could take the equipment that you're going to rent out right now, I mean now. It is 12:26 in Miami, so you're probably 11:26 in Chicago, okay? And take that and throw it in the garbage can right now. If you could do that, then you can rent it out to them, okay? And if you think I'm making a silly sentence, I'm not, okay? Because as soon as something is wrong, okay, your relationship with them at work has changed. So you're in trouble across the board. So the little bit of a no up at the beginning where the pain is very small, okay, you're going to have to grow a pair and just say no. Okay, you don't have to do it in a rough way. You just say, I don't rent out my equipment. Okay, there's rental companies, and I could tell you the website, lensrentals.com, borrowlenses.com. They rent out all kinds of equipment. Okay, but I'm not in a position to rent out my equipment. That's a way of getting the equipment without getting you. So what is that about? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, they're willing to rent it. They should just go buy the darn thing. You're gonna make me cuss. So charge them. Your actual question was, what kind of a rate should I charge them? The rate you should charge them is that what it would cost to replace everything they're borrowing. The camera, the lens, anything else that goes with it. How much would I have to pay to buy that again? That's the rental fee, because you're not a rental company. Okay? That's my answer. I think I'm not sounding too fair, but I really believe in what I'm saying. So Scotty says the reason I ask is that I have a guy that I retouch for, and he underexposed severely, and I'm able to bring up the images and they look great. I'm not sure my Canons would do as well. Well, you know, this is going to be like a little bit of a punch below the belt. If you got a Canon, then go and underexpose 3 or 4 pictures, put them in your computer, and you'll have your answer. Okay? Now, if they did it in JPEG, you're already behind the 8 ball. If they did it in RAW, you are a little bit better. I am doing some editing for stuff right now where they have a whole string of images that are severely underexposed. I almost can't make out the face. But because I don't even think they were smart enough to know to shoot it in RAW, but they did, okay? And I'm able to bring an almost black image back to life. Okay, what did they shoot with? 5, okay? All right. I think he's using an A7R3. Well, the good news for that is the size of the sensor is going to give you a much bigger file to work with. Okay, so therefore the damage is going to be smaller than if you did it on a really small sensor. Okay, so a smaller sensor, everything is exaggerated. The smaller the sensor, the bigger the exaggeration. So that's a good thing. Mark says, I will be handling my equipment. I'm actually shooting it. Would that make it better? Okay, Mark, I think I need to put you in a chair, and I need to make you calm down and sit and think. So instead of hiring you to do the job, okay, we're going to rent the equipment and you're coming with it. What the hell? Okay, so I've got to go to a catering company and say, I want to rent the knife, and does the chef come with it? They're screwing you over, dude. I'm sorry, but I've got to put it on the line. I don't know if you're like super hungry for money, okay? But if you're going to price it as if you're doing the job, okay? You're running the equipment, then it's the price of the rental is, you're not going to tell them this, but it would be the same price as if you did the job. So who comes over and says, I want to rent your equipment instead of hiring you for the job? It's trickery. It's flat outright trickery. And what I am a little bit scrambled about, okay, is how you're allowing that to happen. This room is full of photographers, okay? So how can you rent the equipment? It's an outrage. It's an honest-to-God outrage, okay? So they need to hire you to do the job, and they need to know they're hiring you. So if they hire your equipment and you're doing the job anyway, you're going to give them the job, and because it's the people that you're working with, they don't have to say thank you. They don't have to acknowledge that you did a good job. They rented the equipment, okay? So if your company that you work with is going to, you know, I can't think of a good example. I always go towards food, so I don't know what kind of a company you're working with, but you hire the person that's going to do the job. Okay, I'm getting songs, okay, and I've hired somebody to write me a track to sing to. Can I tell him I want to rent his keyboard? I want to rent your keyboard. Well, no, I do the job and the work. Now I just want to rent the keyboard, and you'll be doing the work on it, so it won't be anything. I just want to rent the keyboard. Does that sound a little suspicious to you? Okay. This kind of a question, if it came through on the big channel, I would just fly over it. Okay, there's so much trickery going on here that I have to enter into the conversation with you because I like you. I feel like I want to protect you. The whole thing smells. There's something not right. And you should not allow that to enter into your mind. That's not how photography works. And if you're willing, okay, now I'm going to insult you a little bit. If you're willing to acknowledge something like that, maybe that's one of the reasons your business is not taking off. You're not looking at it as if you're in charge of your business. There's nothing there to protect the cameras that I'm shooting here but me. And if I don't protect them, it'll be open heyday on all of this equipment. I'm in charge of this. It's my job to protect my equipment. It's my job to protect my family. It's my job to protect my company. They're basically molesting your company. Okay? They don't rent your equipment. Can they rent your shoes? And you'll come with them? And so now you can dig ditches? All right? The whole thing is this company that you're working with is not mentally stable. They're thinking in terms of what's mine is mine and what's yours is mine. And that just is not the way a real business runs. Now, if you're going along with that, you need to hook up with somebody that can understand that. But you're not giving yourself enough worth for your work. You're not giving yourself enough worth for your talent. They just want to rent your equipment. You know something? When I sell a print for $25 and it's a 4x6, and I got one right here, what the hell? I get these for 9 cents. Over here, where is it? Over there at the Walgreens. How the heck could I be charging $25 for that? I don't sell paper. Okay? I'm not a paper dealer. I'm selling the image. And that image will cost them 25 bucks. Okay, now I'm not saying I sell all 4x6s. I got packages, okay, where if they buy 100 different pictures, it's different prices. But if somebody came in and said to me, how much you're going to charge me for 8x10s or 4x6s? I'd say, what are you talking about? I don't sell 8x10s and 4x6s. I sell images. You want to buy that image and you want it printed on an 8x10? It would be that price. You want to buy that same image and you want to put it on the web? It would be a very similar price. You're buying my skill that made that image. That's something that crosses over into the business aspect of photography. And that's where photographers, okay, I'm not picking on you right now. I'll pick on you, okay, but not right this second. That's where photographers are starving artists. They don't understand. They're business people. You run a business. There's certain expense before you do anything that if you don't pay those bills, you won't have the stuff there. So don't tell me, oh, I have the stuff already. Well, no, you don't have it already. Your company has it. You're in charge of protecting your company. And if you don't protect your company, they're going to pilfer your company. And this is what's happening. They're pilfering not only your company here, but you're not protecting it, and they're insulting your talent. It's such a mix of what's going on that I have to stop to think, you know, turn on your business sense. It doesn't work like that in the business world. Okay, I can't go into Burger King or McDonald's and ask to rent their stove or their milk machine, which is mostly broken. Okay, I got to buy the darn milkshake. They're not going to enter into conversation. So because you work for them, they're taking advantage of you. All right? And you're my friend. You need how to say this word. No. Learn how to say it in a variety of ways, but it still comes to the same spot. Now, these people at HGTV, did they rent Bob Asbury's drone? Oh, we don't have a license. You're going to have to fly it, but we'll rent it from you. Seriously? HGTV did the right thing. They bought the footage. Or they could have asked for it free. But you don't go in the back door. We're not a back door people. We're up front, face to face. Okay? There might be there might be more to the story. I would be surprised if I actually changed my mind. Honestly, I don't think there's anything other than, unless I rent them this stuff, I would get fired. Okay. On that, maybe we might, enter into a conversation to what you could do to protect your ASS. All right. But you don't rent the person. If you're gonna do a videography of a wedding, you're gonna rent the guy's video camera, or you're gonna hire him to video the wedding. Okay. I hope I'm not making you mad at me, and if I am, in a way I'm glad, because I don't want to see you worked over like that. That's not proper business etiquette in any way. That's kind of like there's brides now that are trying a new game that they want me to pay them to shoot their wedding because of all the promotion I can benefit from shooting their wedding. So they want to know if I would pay them $2,500 for the privilege of shooting their wedding, because I will be able to sell images to stock companies. I'll be able to make money this way or that way. I can promote it as a wedding photographer. So for the privilege of shooting their wedding, they want me to pay them. Okay? I think I would lose my breath laughing if somebody walked up and told me that. Okay? And I wish it would happen in a room full of people so I can laugh so hard that I would make them feel like 2 inches. Because that's just a piece of garbage thinking walking around. Okay? Can you tell me? Can you tell I'm getting mad? I'm going to move on before I dig my hole bigger. So, Eric, you're right. Maybe I shouldn't even think about a camera. I should think about lenses. Don't you even start, Louis. You're not too old for me to put you over my knee. OMC Productions. Peter, your next question should be, who is buying a flash bounce diffuser this year? I like that question. Who is buying a flash bounce diffuser this year? Who's buying this wonderful flash bounce diffuser? I happen to sell them. They're at petergregg with 2Gs.com. Oh, the link is in the description. I'm using your system for my flash photography indoors and outdoors, and it is like having a portable softbox. All right, so he has a version of my flash bounce, the diffuser, that was never made it to the market. So he has a secret prototype that has never made it for sale. So tell me if you actually use that new one that I sent you, or if you're using the standard ones. Okay, the standard ones, I use those. Okay, but he has the privilege of having a under the radar diffuser like none other on the market. Lewis says, oh man, Sly is right. I don't need a new camera. I need more memory cards. Oh my God, Lewis, I'm going to put you on the couch. You need a new camera. Go buy the camera. I thought we were going to sleep, but now we got some more things to think about. No new cameras in 2021. Wrong. You're buying a new camera in 2021. Channel with 500 subscribers, no, 500,000 subscribers, told me he was annoyed by my videos, and it was hard to hear because I looked up to him. I even met him in LA. Well, you don't need a new camera. You don't need a new lens. You need a new audio system. You're digging your hole deeper. The day rate in Chicago for a videographer around here is $300 a day, but I was going to charge them more because they are not providing me no insurance. But a great idea is to charge them the replacement rate. Okay. I'm not going to dig any deeper. I don't know. I think $300 for a day for a videographer, a little on the low side. Maybe Chicago is, the economy is hurting over there or something. I know I shouldn't be listening to him, but really crushing my spirit. Don't you dare. Don't you dare let anybody crush your spirit. Don't you put your sail in somebody else's wind. they'll blow you everywhere. Okay? Stand tall on your own 2 feet. And if you need help, there's a whole room full of photographers in here to help you. Every one of us in here. Okay? So don't you give me baloney that they're crushing your spirit. If your spirit is that easy to crush, we need to have a good conversation. Somebody should be able to walk right up to your face and say, "You're ugly. You got a bruise here, you got a bump here, you got fat here, and you're overweight." And just laugh at them. Okay? What is it to them? They're not going to bed with me. They're not giving me any money. I don't care what they got to say. So don't be telling me about crushing your spirit. Come on, Louis. You're a happy person inside. Let that happiness live. Protect it. Okay? You people that you love, if something happens to them, fine. Somebody you walk up to that says, "Hey, I don't like you," and you let them crush your spirit, don't let that happen, Louis. Okay? You're right. I know I shouldn't be listening to him. You got your first part of it. It haunts me to this day, but I will keep going. No point wasting my life listening to someone who's insecure. You got it right. Maybe they have a good point, and they were actually showing you something that, hey, this is something I have to fix. I will get the meanest son of a gun tell me something like, "I can't hear your videos. That really pisses me off, and you're a piece of F this and Well, the only thing I hear, okay, is my volume too low. Okay, and I need to decide, I need to go look, and if I decide, yeah, my volume's too low, guess what? I'm going to raise it up. They actually helped me, even though they were a piece of garbage. Okay, and if I determine my volume is just right, then his opinion doesn't count. Somebody was going for 2 months telling me that my microphone was the worst I mean, they went to the extreme. So picture a needle, okay, and it went all the way and then pegged. I mean, this guy was getting into things I never even thought of. How terrible my mic was, and I needed to immediately buy a Sennheiser mic. Okay? So the mic that I have is actually more expensive than the Sennheiser mic. It's a Sony professional level system. So for the first few times, I decided maybe this guy's pointing something out. Maybe he doesn't have the smoothness to do it in a proper way. Let me do some checking. Let me do some thinking. Let me do a lot of listening. And I listened and listened. Everything that he had to say was completely wrong. I completely ignored him. I didn't even ban him. Okay? If that guy, along with his medication, maybe with that venting, helped him to be a solid person, I don't know. Okay? But there's nothing wrong with my mic. Would I like another mic? I like mics. Okay? I've got this one here. I got this one here. I got this one here. I got that one over there. And I got one on my desk. Okay? And I sent one down to John, the violinist. Okay? Because I didn't like his mic. So, just listen to the negative and see if there's a little nugget of truth. Is your videos too low to hear? And if they are, you fix it and just wash them out with the water. That's it. Maybe that's why this ego wants to buy the big fancy cameras. So funny how life works out. Priceless. Again, it comes down to you. Honestly, pick the camera that you want. The camera, actually, no. I take that back. Pick the camera that you need. All right? If you need this to be done and it doesn't do quote unquote this, then buy the camera that you need. Because the camera, either you're going to love the camera and you're going to go into camography where you're in love with the camera, and there's some cameras I actually love. Okay? Some of them are even film cameras, but I'm not going to shoot no film. It would take ridiculous amounts of money to get everything developed because I don't take 1 or 2 shots. However, I can shoot digital to my heart's content. Okay? So I buy the camera that I need. Mark says, great advice. I hope so, Mark. I was worried that I was coming on to you a little too strong. All right? but I just felt a little bit protectiveness on you. I mean, to come up and say we're going to rent your stuff, but not you. I mean, it's like, I don't want them to screw you over. You're my friend. You're more than a friend. We week after week after week, okay, you're in here. So if I see something heading towards the end of the cliff, I'm going to shout out, hey, Mark, you're getting close to the edge of that cliff, okay? I'm not just going to turn around and talk to Norm and hope you walk away from the cliff, and if I hear, boom, boom, I'm going to think, you got too close to the edge of that cliff. You're not in that category. I care. I'm going to ask them what you said and see if the red flags, I will tell them no, and they can go to a rental company. Now, they can go to a rental company and rent, okay, let's get into the business mode again. They can go to the rental company and rent it, but there will be no person that comes with it. So somebody's going to have to work that, all right? And now they can rent you for the day to run that equipment. Or they could hire you to begin with, and you come with the equipment, okay? See how the dominoes work? This is, you know, this is how business works. They're buying not your equipment and not the paper and not the film. They're buying you and your skills. You can produce this quality of work. They want that. They pay you. Now, whether you use a Kodak Instamatic camera, which you don't, but I'm just making a point, okay, or you use an Alexa, doesn't matter. You're the talent. You're the one that's going to create it. When I hire, when a person gets hired for a catering job for the wedding or to make the cake, they don't ask, what kind of pans you're going to use when you cook that cake? What kind of knives are you going to work with? That chef would boot them right out and give them a kick right where the sun don't shine. What do you mean? What the hell do you care what knife I use or what brand pans I use? Well, can I rent your pans? I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Can I just rent your pans? Lewis says, MDM, how is your TikTok career going? You're going to win. Hey, Mark, Lewis is in your corner, and that's a great guy to have in your corner. Lewis is laughing. I think I know why, but I'm not going to say why, but it's laughable. I don't think it would be renting anything from anyone. Oh, I don't think I would be renting anything from anyone, nor would I lend anything out, to be honest. So the problems for me, Lewis, is I got family, okay? And if they break my camera, I would feel terrible to make them cough up. What does it cost to replace the A7H, whatever this is called, A7s Mark III? $3,500? You're going to go, am I going to go to my brother or my nephew and like, oh, you broke it, you got to pay for it. Wow. You know, and my nephews are struggling, okay? So the answer is no. You can't use the camera. And then my brother might even get involved. He's your nephew. He's your godson. Well, if he breaks it, you're going to replace it? Because I can't buy a new one. Well, no. Okay. So there's our answer. I'm not willing to risk it, and my relationship with my own nephew. Okay? So I do try to appease them. Maybe I need to go with my equipment over there and help them. And they're relatives, so I would do that. But the people I work for, okay, the worst sentence you could ever hear from your boss is, we're like family over here. Bull crap. They're paying you for your time. It's an exchange of time for money. Your time for money. Not your family, okay? You're not being hired to be a brother or a sister or an uncle or an aunt or a babysitter. You're being hired for your skill, and this business that we're all one family here is bullshit. I'm sorry to talk like that. I shouldn't say that. It's bull crap, okay? So that's a red flag. When you hear them talking, we're family over here, that means we're not going to respect you as a talent that we hired. We're going to treat you like family, meaning we're going to abuse you, we're going to use you where we can, we're going to get away with what we can, and so on and so forth that happens with family. And the difference is with family, you've had your whole life to figure out how to deal with them. So when your brother goes like, hey, I want to borrow your Rolls Royce. Heck no. You're not borrowing my Rolls Royce. Well, how about your R5? I'm borrowing, and he's burping, and well, you could deal with your brother. You grew up with him. Okay? Now, you haven't grown up with your boss. So this business, like, we're like family around here? That's a red flag. No, we're not like family around here. I work for you. You're going to respect me. You pay me. I have a job description. We can be friendly. We can even socialize. But this isn't a family. This is a business. You're a registered business. You pay taxes. And it's not a family. We could try to be close. We could try to cover each other's butt. Okay? But don't give me this, we're like family. Because if it was like family, I wouldn't come to work. I would stay home. I'll do my job from my house. Okay? So when they start going like it's family, bing, red flag. Okay? So Mark has changed the topic. I'm trying to do daily videos for TikTok, but it's a bit hard to create video content every day. It burns me out. I could do it for about a week or 2 weeks, and then I need a week's rest. Instagram is much easier because I can just post my photos, but I'm going strong so far. I've had, Mark, 3 people this week. 3, count them. Include the middle finger, okay? Tell me that I should also be posting up on Instagram. But I know nothing about it. I don't know anything about Instagram. So is Instagram a good direction to be going into? I guess I'm gonna look into it. Got nothing to lose. So Lewis says, Mark, I'll give you a secret. TikToks. I do like TikToks. TikTok is about trends. Go to the TikTok board, talkboard.com, and find trending music and use that with your videos and copy photography trends. You'll skyrocket to the top. Trust me. So OMC Production says, I have not had a chance to use the new secret version. Can't wait. But the standard one works great. That's good to hear. That's great to hear. Lewis says, you don't need to come up with original ideas. Just put your spin on the videos that's already viral and post some behind the scenes. So Lewis is talking to Mark. So now Lewis is talking to Peter. Good job, Lewis. At least I know who it's aimed at. Peter, you always know what to say. Thank you so much. That's because I love you, Lewis. Okay? Don't forget that. So Mark says, thanks, Lewis. That actually helps. Good for you. Good for you. Sly says, Sly, you still in here? You didn't fall asleep? Let's see. Today's Friday. I think you got tomorrow off. You can stay up. Don't you dare go to bed. Lewis, what Peter said, don't let someone who is invested in your life decide which direction you should go. You have real talent, young man. Okay? Don't let anyone rain on your parade. And that is a woman that's got wisdom right between the ears. Don't let the hat hide that wonderful wisdom she's got. She's kind of like our motherly image in here. So she's talking good stuff here. Thank you, Sly. You're right. Don't let anybody rain on your parade. My psychologist, when I had to go to a psychologist because I was really down in the dumps. And I'm complaining and whining and moaning and complaining. And then finally, it's like he grew a pair and he said, don't put your sail in somebody else's wind. What a shocker. That was like getting hit in the forehead with a 2x4. Don't put my sail in somebody else's wind. Think how many places this can apply in your life. Don't put your sail in somebody else's wind. You know the guy that I told you that's got 8 million subscribers, and I was counseling him? Somehow we got over into the bad comments. And he said he's got a best friend that's a psychiatrist, and they told him some people need to pass off their insecurities over to you. So he says, when they write these nasty comments, just think what must be wrong with them to write a comment like that, okay? So when they say I'm fat and I got a chicken neck, okay, it's true. It bothers me, and I do have it. So I can't let it bother me a lot because I can't do nothing about it short of surgery. I'm not going for surgery at my age so that I can look better. Seriously, I'm handsome already the way it is. And I ain't got no ego. All right, so what's wrong with them if they're making fun of me? There's got to be an insecurity with them, is what this guy told me. 8 million subscribers, they got to be doing something right over there. So he says, don't even bother with it. Lewis says, I guess it hurt because I told him my dream. I drove to Seattle to see him speak at a keynote and asked for his advice, and he took a big dump on it. We even got a speeding ticket along the way. Peter's going to keep his mouth shut. Sly, you're right. Life is too short and too precious. So you paid him and he insulted you? I just can't let that go. Okay? And he insulted you? You know what? You know who to go for advice? 3 letters. Starts with a G. All right? And he won't insult us. He's not going to tell you you're a stupid idiot. Well, let me take that back. He's going to tell you you're a stupid idiot, but he's going to fix you at the same time. That's why he sent his son. That's why people believe in Jesus, and they don't even know why. Because we've been condemned by God, but God also stepped in and took the judgment that comes with it. So he doesn't condemn us and leave us in a condemned state. Okay? He tells us you sinned. Sin is going to cause you to go to hell. But I'll pay for your sins. And that's what Jesus did. Now you ask 10 Christians and 8 out of 10 of them don't know that. That's what Jesus came to do. He came to die. He came to die for the sins that I can't fix. And if I was a smartass enough to tell God, wait, that isn't a sin. Show me in your book where that's a sin. Holy moly, you're going to argue with God? If God says it's a sin, back off. Okay? He paid for all of them. He determines all the things that are sins, and he paid for all those things. I'm not getting religious. I'm just telling you the truth of what Christianity says. And if I was knowledgeable in one of the other religions, I would put that there. But I'm knowledgeable in mine. So Christianity says you've sinned. You're a sinner. You're bad. You do bad things. You don't even know why you do bad things. And God won't accept you with the sins. But there's part 2. I came and I paid for all that. You're free. Not you're free to continue, but you're free. Okay? You're free to continue in love. Okay, now that would become preaching, and I'm not going to do that. So that's what I'm trying to say, Lewis. When that guy said that, that should have given you the gumption to say, this guy's got problems. I pay, and that's what he tells me. You know, you watch that guy on American Idol, Simon. Go home, don't sing. You're the world's worst, you're the worst singer I've ever heard in the world. Okay, I've heard that, not from Simon. Okay. Wait, you think you can sing? You suck. But I love singing. I pick this up, I push this button, and I'll sing in the sunshine. You can tell me I'm crappy too, but I don't give a rat's butt behind. I'm gonna sing out loud because I love to sing, and I do sing the songs I like, even for you. And you can tell me I suck, but I don't give a duck. I better quit while I'm ahead, and I'll sing in the sunshine. I was getting myself in trouble there. So Lewis says, Mark, message me anytime. I have a ton of ideas you could post behind the scenes and reviews and camera tips and showing off your gear with trendy music. You can even lower the volume in the settings. Okay, so Lewis is talking to Mark. Who knows? We might be forging a wonderful new friendship here. Or we might be starting a war between two countries. Sly said, so I've been setting up the Mac, and I've come to the conclusion I need a bigger table. The 27s are still too big, but everything's up and running. Yay! So Sly has a new Mac. You guys should be happy for Sly, honestly. The woman has a new Mac. Yes, she's got it up and running, and she did it by herself. I didn't help. I've been live all night tonight, and I didn't help her. So you might need a bigger table. I can understand that. But then I don't know how big your table is. So, you know, should we take up a collection and buy you a bigger table? If you ask me to, I will, but I know you don't need that. So let's see. Congratulations, Sly. That's a big feat. The woman is, I don't want to say she's raised, but her ways are in the Windows computer. Now, I hope that Sly, I hope you made friends with Randy and you're calling on the phone and talking to him, because Randy will help you with the computer problems. Randy, if you're paying attention, you know, you can help her. She's fun to talk to, and there's no problem. It's better than do this and try that, okay? Just call her and you can walk her through some stuff. Okay, so, but you did it, and maybe you did get help from Randy. So that's excellent. Everything is up and running. That means the next videos that you're going to see is going to come from Sly on her new Mac Mini M1. And what has she got? 27s, plural. She got two 27-inch monitors. Okay? But you don't want to get smaller than 27. It's going to be hard for you to see and look at. Okay? So make it fit. Get a bigger table. Do something. 2x4s work wonders in a sheet of plywood. I have a GoPro and an iPhone, and it's more than enough. MDM says, or Mark, why do I say MDM? Mark says the username on TikTok is themanInBlack_. Okay, and I'm guessing that's part of the name. So you guys that are on TikTok, why am I waddling back and forth? This show should have stopped an hour ago. I'm getting past tired, and I want to make Lewis's shake, just to make sure that I know how to make a good shake. All right, so I need to get my sit-down cameras. Yeah, I know you heard that. That was only for those that are carefully listening. I like to throw in a few things. Hi! How are you doing? Okay, so you have a GoPro. A GoPro is a good tool in your hand. Learn more about that camera. So Mark's nickname on TikTok is themanInBlack_. And that's pretty clever. That's pretty clever, Mark. Where am I? ZV1. Sly, I thought the 27-inch was big, but now I am used to it. Yeah, I don't think I would want to go smaller. Lewis, the best family on the planet. We are family in here. I got to pick on a couple of you guys tonight, and you took it really, really well. And I'm glad, because I've been known to stick my foot in my mouth. Lewis, I got an Osmo Action. I haven't quite figured out how to use it yet, but it takes an awesome picture. Mark says, I definitely would never think of my co-owners as family. I'm not going to go there, but let's say he said, I think of my co-workers, co-owners. I think of my let's pretend Mark said, I think of my co-workers as family. Wow. So now you're even closer to them, and if they break it, you're not even going to have the baloney to go up and tell them, you got to pay for this, dude, because I think of them as family. Now, he didn't say he thinks of them as family, okay? He said, I definitely would never think of my co-workers as family. So I'm just keeping it straight. I'm not sticking my foot in my mouth there. Okay, I'm just saying, what if he said, I think of my co-workers as family. They're like family to me. Oh, then you're taking all of the burden on your back. Mark says, Instagram is kind of dying, but because you have a sizable following on YouTube, you can build your own Instagram following fast. Also, you could just take some clips from your YouTube videos and put them on Instagram. They have something called Reels. Oh, okay. Reels on Instagram. They're just mini videos. Also, Peter, you should make YouTube shorts. What's wrong with my shorts? You don't like my shorts, dude? Ba-ba-boom. I think I made one short, and it actually hurt the channel, number one. Number two, shorts don't count for income. Number three, shorts don't count for the amount of time that is used on your channel. So if YouTube wanted shorts to work, they would have tilted it so that shorts would actually work well. Now, the creative part of me says, yeah, I want to make the shorts. Okay, I could see how I could, you know, what do you call it? Tease for, let's say, a new camera or something, and just make a short. And I could make a case, well, it's going to lead people into my big thing, my regular videos. But the part I didn't like is when I went live streaming here every night, I dropped over 2,500 subscribers. That was painful to watch. It's like, I'm gonna get thinner, but it's the body that needs to get thinner, not my subscriptions. So I saw my subscriptions go down by 200 to 300 from that one short. So what happens is people look at it and go like, we don't want that from you. We're out of here. Okay? So I'm a little bit afraid. Okay? Randall says, we have been communicating by text. Well, use the phone. Pick it up and talk. Okay? She's one of the people that needs help. And there's no one stronger in here, Randy. You got it. You got it, big guy. So Lewis says, Tic Tacs. I like them. The white ones, the ones that are like winter mint or something, those are pretty cool. Okay. I feel like I've been on a continuous ramp all night. Mark, if I said anything that insulted you, I really apologize. You know I love you. Anybody else, I don't think I offended anybody else. But if I did, I apologize because I love all of you guys. I'm excited to be here with you, and I'm not on here to be, you know, an angry person that's Humpty Dumpty sitting on a wall just being grumpy Humpty Dumpty. I want to be encouraging. I get encouraged to see so many of you guys putting your stuff up. And I'm hoping that I've been a part of that encouragement. It makes me feel good. So if something happens to me tomorrow and I'm gone, you could cry for 10 minutes. After that, laugh. Because God brought me home and I like where I'm going. Okay? And I'm not going there because of anything I did. Think of the faith that I'm in. What's the name of the guy that's the head of the faith? It's because of what he did. Mark says, no worries. It was great advice. I had to say that anyway. I care enough about you to step out and do that, but I also care enough about you to not hurt your feelings. And you too, Lewis, and anybody else. You know, I know, Sly, I hurt your feelings all the time. I say things that make you cry all night, so I'm just sorry that I do that. She doesn't cry. She'll beat the crap out of me. One tough woman right there. Okay. So we're waiting to see the new clips that we got from you guys. All of us should be subscribed to all of us. I couldn't have said it any better. I can hear a song in there. No, don't pick up that microphone, Peter. I want to, but don't pick up that microphone, Peter. Can't I just sing a little song? No, don't pick up that microphone, Peter. All right, guys. I'm going to say good night. I'm going to sign out. Lord willing, I'll see you in a week. I love each and every one of you guys. I pray for each and every one of you guys every single night, night after night after night. When God sees me coming, he turns around and goes, oh no, he's coming again. Okay, so anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. I love you. And on that note, I'm going to push this button and we are done. How long have we been on? Wait, let me check. We have been on Ooh, 2 hours and a half. So everybody say goodnight for a minute or two. Okay? And, you know, do the goodnight, John Boy. Don't just jump out. Say goodnight to someone. I'm seeing it go down. 16, 15, 14. Don't just leave and not say goodnight. I just said we're family. Goodnight. There's got to be somebody in here you like. At least one person. And maybe it's just me. But it should be a lot of the others because they're awesome people. Okay, say goodnight to me. Me. Good night. There's a song. There's a country song. No. I am not going to open the kitchen. Scott, you've tricked me a lot. So no, I am not going to be tricked. MDM says good night. 2.5 hours after the reboot. Oh, I forgot about that. How long was I on before the reboot? I didn't even think about it. Well, I could look at the time. We went live right around 10. So it's 1:13. So 10, 11, 12, 1. I was going to go 13. So it's been 3 hours and 13 minutes. Okay. I'm going to have to go look and see what happened with that. And go on from there. So everybody is saying good night to everybody. I will talk through all the good nights. And let me see, where is the outro? Okay, here's the outro. I'm ready to push the button. Bing! Bye-bye, guys. I love each and every one of you. Bye.
Just watched another Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg. Thank you for watching.